Welcome into DeKalb County High School, the site of this District 7 AAA baseball matchup between the visiting Upperman Bees and the hosting DeKalb County Tigers. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network, joined in the grandstands by my broadcast partner Jacob Vincent. Tonight's broadcast, as always, is presented by our friends at Gentry's Power Equipment. And another district series set to get underway. Upperman looking to stay undefeated in 7 AAA play. DeKalb County trying to get above 500 in a very interesting District 7 AAA. Evan Pritchard on the mound tonight for the DeKalb County Tigers. He's going to face off against an Upperman lineup that has been raking en route to 6 consecutive wins. The Bees hoping to continue that tonight. 2 teams in different spots. The Bees at 10-7, DeKalb at 2-12, but they have 2 important wins in district play. The Bees are hoping to cruise through the district, Jacob. To do so, they're going to have to get a win here tonight.
Yeah, and obviously for Upperman, it changes a little bit without Justin Fallon, who was again unavailable today, still day-to-day as he's trying to come back from the injury. But they still got the win 4-1 against White House in their last game, and a big reason why. Chris Worsing was really solid in that game, and rookie Allison had some really big hits in that game as well. But obviously that offensive production has come down just a little bit without Justin Fallon in there, and when you take a 500, 600 batter out of the lineup, that's going to happen. But now you're back into district play for the first time in a couple of weeks. They've had a lot of success in 7 AAA this year. DeKalb County, you mentioned it, they're right in the race with pretty much everybody else because everybody is split with each other. They're all 2-2, so DeKalb County is looking for a big start today from Pritchard on the mound.
And in that mass of teams at 2-2, all chasing the Bees who are undefeated at 4-0, if you can beat this Upperman team even once, it could be the thing you need to get up into the 2 seed into the District 7 AAA tournament. Mentioned Evan Pritchard, the lefty on the mound. He's going to face an Upperman lineup that bats like this. Leading things off is the second baseman, Braden Green. He's followed by Chris Worsing. Carson Shoup bats third with Alec Wilson moving up into the cleanup spot tonight. Rookie Allison bats fifth. Juju Yano will bat sixth. Carson Holroyd seventh, followed by Rylan Case. And their second leadoff man out of the 9-hole is Evan Huddleston. Pritchard, the lefty, he's pitched a lot of innings against Upperman over the years. He's going to face off against Braden Green to open up the day on a chilly evening here in DeKalb County. The first pitch is a fastball that misses up. Busy week for Pritchard.
Yep.
He actually pitched fairly recently in limited action.
Had 2 innings on Friday in the loss against Gordonsville. He started that game and only threw 38 pitches, which makes him available today on Tuesday, obviously.
A big swing and a miss on that one from Braden Green. Evens the count up at 1, and Green has been ridiculous. A little bit of a slow day against White House, but that was the first slow day in a couple of weeks. He was probably the hottest bat in the entire area up until that one. Looking to bounce back here as that one bounces into the plate and blocked up by one of the best defensive catchers in this entire area. This district is full of great catchers. Ty Webb catches them today for Evan Pritchard.
And Pritchard, his real last start was against Livingston Academy back on the 24th of March. He went 5 innings in that game and gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, 3 of them earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts.
And now it's a hitter's count for Braden Green as Pritchard's going to tie the cleat. 3 balls, 1 strike. Mentioned DeKalb, 2-12. They've been competitive in some of those games, but certainly not the start to the season they were looking for. You'll recognize a lot of the names in the top half of the order for this DeKalb team. As the lefty Pritchard with a 3-1 to Green. Nice pitch, waved at and missed, and rerun full early on. Fun battle here.
And that's where White House had some success against Green, was on that outside half of the plate, trying to pitch away from Braden Green. Really likes it on the inside part of the plate.
A 3-2 payoff pitch to Green, a fastball, and he'll rip this one over and down into right field. And that one is going to be a leadoff single after a good battle between Pritchard and Green. Green sets the table for the sophomore Chris Worsing.
And that's exactly where he got it, on that inside half of the plate, able to put it into the outfield. That's where the majority of his hits have gone, right between first and second base. And he's able to find another one in the leadoff batter aboard.
Chris Worsing, Mr. Single, he'll climb in. He's the shortstop today. We'll see what happens.
He does have at least 1 extra base hit.
He does. He has the double, and we'll see what happens with the pitching when it comes to Worsing this week. His first pitch from Pritchard, that breaking ball dips across with a slider. His fastball's in the upper 70s. He sniff maybe touching 80 every once in a while, but it's going to be the slider off and all about location for Evan Pritchard.
Yeah, and you mentioned that pitching. Obviously, not having the game yesterday changes it a little bit as well, because now you're going to play tomorrow, and then you've got a game Thursday and Saturday.
Pritchard with the slide step. That one misses. Webb thinks about throwing behind Green, and, yeah, to that point, it's a busy week for the Bees. They've got these 2 games and then 2 major
big
ones.
ones.
They welcome in Watertown, one of the state championship favorites in 2A, and then Smith County on Saturday, Watertown on Thursday. As Pritchard kicks and deals a fastball, Worsing sends this one up into the air. This is going to be a tough play against the setting sun, angling back and making the catch. A very nice adjustment by Luke Johnson in right. That's a tough play right now with the sun right in his eyes.
Yeah, and we hope that sun stays up for quite a while, but you said it, a really nice catch. Kind of had to readjust on the way back. It kept carrying, and there's not a ton of wind right now, but a little bit of a breeze blowing out towards right field, and obviously Chris hit that one high enough to kind of get up into the jet stream.
310 to the right field line, 370 to the tall black wall in center. First pitch into Carson Shoup, misses for ball one. Yeah, this is a field that has seen its fair share of long balls, so the furthest home run I've ever seen. Eli Huddleston hit one over the trees in right, as Matt just reminded me of. I mean, literally over those trees. Unbelievable. A 1-0 coming for Carson Shoup. Pritchard bounces, and again Webb able to pick it. The underhand flip.
No PD today at the field. Our thoughts going out to him.
Thinking about you, brother. Hope to see you soon. Prayers for him and his family as this fastball is ripped out of play by Shoup. It'll be 1-1. The Bees in their new gray uniforms, the black accents, DeKalb in the black and gold pinstripes. I'm not the biggest fan of the grays in the world. I'll be honest with you. I am the uniform police.
You know what? They're better than what they were a couple weekends ago.
Well, that was atrocious. That one bounces in. It's going to be 3 balls and 1 strike to Shoup, and Webb going to go out and have a word with his pitchers. They know a good start is important for DeKalb. You don't want to be down at all on the scoreboard. Give your bats a chance to take the first lead, knowing you got one of the best pitchers, arguably one of the top 2, if not his teammate, pitchers in the entire Upper Cumberland coming up against him.
Yeah, and Yano, obviously a strikeout guy coming up on the other side. He's going to be in the zone when his breaking ball is working, which a lot of these guys for the Bees, their breaking ball has been working really well.
3-1. That one catches the outside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes for my money. The best zone in the Upper Cumberland. Behind the dish today. Always a good day when he walks into the ballpark.
Yes.
Big,
it's going to be consistent.
No doubt about it. 3-2. Shoup rolls this one. It angles through, and it will get through. A chance for second, a chance for a short. Kirby gave it a great effort, but regardless, that's going to be a single for Carson Shoup, second base hit of the inning, and it sets the table for the new cleanup batter. The Carson Newman signee, Alec Wilson, will climb in.
Yeah, there's nothing the defense can do there. I think the only player that really had a chance on it was Pritchard on the mound, and he stuck the glove at it, just couldn't quite haul it in. Kirby gave a good effort at shortstop, but it was right up the middle and gets just past him.
And that's a good middle infield there with Kirby and Webb, but couldn't quite get there. We'll tell you about the defensive alignment for the Tigers here upcoming as Wilson's in the back part of that batter's box against Pritchard. First pitch fastball up and out. 1-0 in the field today. I mentioned catching the balls and strikes is Ty Webb. Over at first is Nick Dahl. Second baseman Tucker Webb. Dallas Kirby is at short. And the third baseman is Preston Taylor. In right is Luke Johnson. The left fielders Andrew Dacus and Ben Driver is in center as that one's across first strike. It's 1-1 to Wilson.
Now moving up to this cleanup spot today. Kind of been right around 6-7 in the lineup and been kind of bumped up these last few games. And he's been swinging it well, working a lot of deep counts, drawing a lot of walks.
And they're trying to figure out what that lineup looks like without Justin Fallon until he gets back in so they can continue to put up big numbers as Pritchard steps off. Nobody covering, but Green retreats. It was a leadoff single for Green and then a fly out for Worsing. Shoup then ripped one through the middle for a single. Runners at first and second for the Bees. Pritchard trying to work through it here with 1 out and a 1-1 count to Alec Wilson. Pritchard brings that slider, misses in, and 2-1. Yeah, you mentioned the temperature. It's sunny right now. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it
the
feels
breeze isn't
okay
bad.
right now.
We're in the upper 40s. That sun disappears. We're going to start complaining.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Tomorrow we're in the press box. We'll be okay.
I don't know if it'll get as bad as it was at Stone last year.
As Wilson rips this one into right, angling back. It is down. One hops to the fence. And now the Bees are chasing each other on the base pass. Green rounds 3 heading home. Here comes the throw in from second. Tag in time for the out. Webb to Webb. Tucker Webb throws to tie the tag. It was very close and very close indeed. It's going to be a double for Alec Wilson. But it's going to be a big second out there for DeKalb. That is as bang-bang of a play as you're going to see.
Yeah, that was a great relay from the outfield. And like you said, really close to the play. Looked like Green may have been able to get underneath the tag just barely. But obviously, no replay here at the high school level.
Well, and Green hesitated a little in case it got caught, and you almost saw Shoup run him down.
Yeah.
And now it's runners at second and third, and a huge chance for DeKalb. Maybe a little bit of a gift for him as Pritchard's first one bounces in, and Shoup dances but stays put over there at third. It was very close. I do think he slid under it to my eye, but it's close enough to where it was a really good relay hit, no matter what.
That's the big thing in there. You at least made it close because that was a well-hit ball deep in that right field.
1-0 to rookie Allison, who also bumps up in the lineup here, and this is the biggest change, really, for the Bees lineup.
Yeah, he had a great day the other day, 3 for 3. He had that big fly into the deep outfield that drove in a couple of runs.
Pritchard, can he use that momentum from the relay? Here comes the 1-1. Close but no cigar, 2-1. And again, Webb goes out to have a word with him. Whew, that was close.
It was.
That was a big play early in this ball game.
That's one where you wish you had replay. Well, that's why you make the throws. You got to get a relay and at least make it close.
Give yourself a chance, no doubt. DeKalb did that, and they got the call. Here comes the 2-1 to rookie Allison. Juju Yano waiting on deck. Runners at second and third. Big swing and a foul tip into the mid. 2-2. Evan Pritchard on the doorstep, getting out of a jam.
You can tell rookie really wants those fastballs right now, and he was able to lay off the previous one. That one he got over the plate, just couldn't quite time it up.
Here comes the 2-2. And this one is ripped, and it gets through Kirby at short. 1 run will score. Wilson going to be held up as the center fielder got to it in a hurry. We'll see how we decide to score that one, but rookie Allison absolutely rips that one. It's going to be an RBI single for rookie Allison. Petey's not here, so I'm calling it.
I like it.
Shoup comes across to score, and it's 1-0 for the Bees. And we're going to have a trip out to the mound here.
Maybe check on Kirby out there because that was a rocket off the bat of rookie Allison. And how about the swings he's put on the ball these last couple of games? Now 4 in his last 4. Yep. And absolutely roped that one.
It felt like it was just a matter of time for rookie Allison to wake up at the plate. And now Cody Lowe going to come on and run for him. And Kirby may get looked at a little bit here. That was tough. Dallas Kirby, first of all, he shaded off by the runner Wilson, who was in front, and the ball was ripped at him, and he kind of had to contort to try and grab it. That's why I said it's an RBI single for Allison, because that was a very tough play to try and make.
And I think it actually got him on the right hand, which is his throwing hand, and that's why you see him warming up right there on that right side of the infield grass.
So for DeKalb County, quite frankly, fortunate, it's only 1-0. There's 4 hits already in the inning for the Bees, but they have a fly out and then the relay at home. It's 1-0 runners at the corners for Juju Yano out of the 6 hole. And again, we'll hope that Dallas Kirby, one of the best all-around multi-sport athletes in the UC, is okay and can get back in here and keep playing.
Yeah, and obviously it doesn't get any easier in this Upperman lineup, as we've been saying for these last few weeks. And you've got Juju Yano, who is top 3 in the lineup in terms of runs driven in. He's got a runner 90 feet away, and possible more damage to be done at the plate for the Bees. And you said it for DeKalb County. You feel okay right now with just the 1 run across with as much activity that had been on the base paths.
Juju Yano will climb in here, trying to help his own cause. Runners at the corners. Dallas Kirby's okay. He's going to stay in there. Tough young man, no doubt. But the district basketball tournament that kid had, it was unbelievable how good he was in that tournament. The 6-seeded Tigers going through and advancing to the region. Big lead over at first for Lowe. He's got plenty of speed. Webb, though, has got a cannon behind home plate. See if they test him with 2 outs. That'd be dangerous. He stays put for now. First pitch, a little check swing, but it's a cross for a striker in there from Pritchard. See what Cody Lowe does here. Trying to hold him. Over at first is Dahl.
Not a huge lead right now. Obviously lefty on the mound.
And there he goes. It's a great jump. Breaking ball in. The throw down's a good one. No tag, though, as it was cut off in front by Webb. And it will be a Turfmaster stolen base. Brand new all-inclusive sponsor at UCR. Turfmasters Landscape Management. And Cody Lowe puts a little bit more pressure on his runners at second and third.
Hear from them and Nick's Restaurant coming up in just a little bit.
So Wilson at third, Lowe at second. He's the runner for Allison, and a 1-1 count here to Juju Yano. Base is empty now over at first. That one bounces in again. No problem for Webb. Cool, calm, and collected. It's going to be a good catcher battle today.
Yeah.
With rookie Allison and him.
I feel like we talked about it every single year, just the catchers that are in this district. And, I mean, that's it. That's your leader out there on the field. He can see everywhere. He's definitely one of the top ones in this district.
Here comes the 2-1 to Yano. Pritchard taking his time here, trying to get the right call. And he'll deliver. Slider again, and that is what is giving Yano trouble. The breaking balls, and we go even. 2-2, 2 outs, 1 across. The Bees hungry for more than just the 1 run so far.
The difference for Yano today, though, it's coming off a lefty's hands rather than a righty, so it's not tailing away. It's coming into you. Maybe that changes the complexion a little bit.
Here comes the 2-2. Went to it again. Just misses. That's a good pitch and a good take, and we run full 3-2. Walk, not the worst thing if you're Pritchard, but you love to get out of this inning here.
Third 3-2 counts of this first inning for Pritchard, so that pitch count going to be getting up there.
Big payoff pitch here to Julian Yano. Fastball misses. Outside, ball 4. It's a Nick's Restaurant walk for Juju Yano. Everybody except one batter has reached already for the Bees, and now in the 7th spot, a big spot for Carson Holroyd.
And we've seen this new orange bat got put into play against York Institute last week. We've seen Rookie use it a little bit as well, and it's been working pretty well for Rookie Allison. We'll see if Carson Holroyd is able to get it going.
I like the orange. Bases juiced here, infield in at the corners. Holroyd's bunted a lot this year, but he's going to swing away at this one and sends it foul out of play. If there was not 2 outs here, I think it'd be a walk every day of the week. Or, a bunt every day of the week, I should say.
Right.
But you're going to swing away this time.
You got to put a good bunt on it, though.
Field's in good shape.
It is.
Especially considering the rain that came through.
They were actually talking about it yesterday. They probably could have played here yesterday.
Breaking ball, great pitch from Pritchard for strike 2, and it's 0-2 into Holroyd, and he's trying to avoid the strikeout. It's been the one blemish this year for him, that strikeout number.
And he did well, got on a few times against the White House in their last game.
Bases loaded, 1 across for the Bees. Evan Pritchard trying to retire the side. Here he comes. Went to it, got him swinging at that one in the dirt, and you can just tag home for the force, and that will retire the side. Bases left loaded for the Bees. They bring 1 across. First chance for the Tigers when we come back. This is high school baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Discover the stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Welcome back. First chance for DeKalb County as we head to the bottom of the first inning. They've got the right-hander, Juju Yano, on the mound opposite. They'll bat 1 through 9 like this. Leading things off is the catcher, Ty Webb. He'll be followed up by the shortstop, Dallas Kirby. Batting third is the second baseman, Tucker Webb. Batting cleanup, the pitcher, Evan Pritchard. Batting fifth is the right fielder, Luke Johnson. Batting sixth is the third baseman, Preston Taylor. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Nick Dahl. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Ben Driver. And rounding out the lineup today for Coach Webb is the left fielder, Andrew Dacus. Mentioned their opponent on the mound, the right-hander, Juju Yano, one of the top pitchers in the Upper Cumberland. Couple of bumps, slight bumps early in the season. He was dominant his last time out on the mound, looking to build on that here today.
Threw no-hitter against White County in 5 innings his last time out. Only took him 69 pitches as well. And, it was just, like you said, pure domination on the mound from Juju Yano. And the only base runner was a hit batter. So he had no walks in the outing either. And that's been the big thing about this Upperman pitching staff these last few outings. They haven't walked anybody in the last 3, if I can remember correctly. So it's been really impressive. They've been in and around the zone, and there haven't been too many hits in there as well. And so we'll see if Yano's able to keep it going against a good top half of the lineup here for DeKalb County.
The top 3 for Upperman in their pitching staff has been absolutely lights out as part of this win streak. But Ty Webb, Dallas Kirby, and Tucker Webb will try and put a little pressure on him here in a 1-0 ball game. The Bees got 4 hits in the top half and a walk, left with 1 run, and Webb's going to rip this one, but it's an Adam ball, read perfectly off the bat by the freshman Rylan Case for the first out of the inning. And again for Upperman, no Justin Fallon in center, but they have the basketball boys back. Rylan Case in left, Evan Huddleston in center. They feel just fine about their outfield.
Yeah, Case got the first start against White House on Friday, and I was just thinking about it, the degree differential from Friday to today. About 50 degrees difference. It was 90 degrees when I was going to the ballpark in Baxter on Friday. It was 55 when I came here today.
Dallas Kirby rips the first pitch he sees, and that will get through into left past the outstretched glove of Shoop for a 1-out single.
Case bobbled it for just a second, but
Kirby, and you mentioned how in the zone these pitchers for Upperman have been. You've seen 2 pitches, 2 swings, 2 barreled-up baseballs for DeKalb. Tucker Webb, see how aggressive he is as he climbs in. No-hitter today for Juju Yano.
Get it out of the way early, I guess. Don't have to think about it. Now you can bear down, make some pitches, and try to get out of the inning. Got a good amount of speed there with Kirby at first base.
Tucker Webb in. And that is a revved-up fastball for Yano. He'll be in the mid, sniffing upper 80s with the fastball. He's got the breaking ball off of it.
We've seen him up to 87 times this season with that fastball. That was late in that no-hitter as well.
Yeah, it was getting warmed up in that one. The hat almost pops off as that one dots up the outside corner with the fastball, 1-1. So the first bit of patience we've seen out of a Tiger so far here for Tucker Webb as he watched a couple. Again, Kirby takes his lead at first. Rookie Allison behind the dish, always a threat to gun somebody down. Kirby leaning, and there he goes. Good jump. Fastball in. Allison falls down, but it was closer than it should have been as it bounced in, but it will be a stolen base for Dallas Kirby. A great jump over from first, and the tying runs in scoring position for the Tigers.
Yeah, just kind of that little slip on the pop-up there, and it's still a pretty good throw, like you said. Just took some of that velocity off of it. Kirby able to slide in safely.
Is that called a strike or a ball? I thought it was a ball. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. All right, they got the strike call there for Yano. Comes the 1-2. And he goes to the slider. This one flicked up into the air. Going to be a tough play, and it will drop into no man's land. Holroyd is there and will fire in quickly. But a little bloop single for Tucker Webb puts runners at the corners here for DeKalb. Good offensive start for them. And Evan Pritchard can really help his own cause as he'll climb in.
Well, they had a great start against Livingston Academy a couple of weeks ago in that second game. After losing the first game 6-5, they put up a lot of runs in that first inning in game number 2. Ended up scoring 17 in the win.
Yeah, so they have a couple where they've just poured it on. They lost.
I was going to say they lost to Macon County 20-14 early this season. So they've got some games out there where they can really rack up the runs.
Let's see how aggressive Webb is. He's got plenty of speed there at first. He'll stay put for now. First pitch fastball misses out into Pritchard. And really the first time in a couple of outings for Yano that he's had a major pressure on him with runners at the corners and only 1 out.
I was just going to say, really the first time these top 3 pitchers have really had to deal with a good amount of base runners. Obviously, Alec Wilson was able to work around some base runners against York Institute last week and got through that pretty cleanly.
Pritchard awaits as Yano ready to go after the time. The 1-0. That one misses. 2-0. And DeKalb's going to like this start here. Work through some big trouble in the top half. Now they're putting trouble on in the bottom. 2-0 to Pritchard. That one misses. 3-0.
That's where the miss has been here early on. That high and away spot. Maybe a little bit off the plate. Just haven't been able to bring it in yet. And obviously we haven't seen the breaking ball yet either.
Live on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel this afternoon. There's a good pitch. Didn't even try to put it over the middle. It goes right back to that low corner. 3 balls, 1 strike here to the cleanup batter. Hitters count for Evan Pritchard. Yano with a long look into Allison. Now he'll come home. This one going to be flicked over. Worsing gets there on an awkward hop. Loads up. Throw to first is in time for the out, but it does the job. The run comes across, and we're tied up at 1.
Yeah, good job. Like you said, got the run back, and now you tied up at 1 apiece. And a good job by DeKalb County. You get the runners on, you move them over, put it in play, and bring them home. And you still got a runner in scoring position with just the 2 outs.
RBI on the ground out for Evan Pritchard. New ball game here as Luke Johnson climbs in. Runner in scoring position for him.
Pretty good play there by Chris Worsing as well. Kind of had to get it on the short hop. It was a kind of that weak flare out there to shortstop.
In the field today, Alec Wilson's the first baseman, Braden Green at second, Worsing at short, Carson Shoops at third. As the first pitch in, this one's flicked over to right, and that's going to be down for a hit, and it's going to score a run. Johnson puts it down. It's still rolling back to the track. Johnson pulling into second with a stand-up RBI double, and DeKalb County leads 2-1.
And like you said, they've been aggressive on these first pitches in ABs, and again, aggressive there, and no chance for Carson Holroyd. It doesn't matter how close he's playing to the line. That ball hit hard out to right, drifting towards the line, and gets all the way into the corner. An easy stand-up double that plates another.
Preston Taylor climbs in here, completing that alignment. Rylan Case is in left, Carson Holroyd's in right, and Evan Huddleston's in center for the Bees. And a big answer for DeKalb. They now lead 2-1 on their home field, looking for more. Same situation. Runner at second, 2 outs. First pitch into Taylor. A fastball misses away, and that control not there right now for Julian Yano on the mound. And when it's been over the plate, DeKalb's been able to send it places. Even the first out of the game was barreled up. They've been aggressive when they need to. Taylor's a big old boy in that batting box, and he gives a healthy cut on that one. Comes up empty, 1-1.
Yeah, well, with the high fastball as well, especially he looks like he's probably in the mid-80s today, if not a little bit higher up there.
Yeah, we've seen him. He can get up there.
Yeah.
1-1. That one waved at and missed, and it's 1-2. He can sniff a number that starts with a 9 with that fastball when he's really ripping it.
And he's been sitting right around about 83 at the start of the season, or at least early on in outings. And then we said it the other night. He was up to 87 towards the end of his no-hitter a couple of weeks ago.
Here comes a 1-2 in. That one misses low and outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Taylor. 6th batter of the inning here for DeKalb. And we were hoping this one could move quickly before the sun goes down. Not at this rate with the way these two teams have hit it so far. 2-2 to Taylor. That one misses up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nick Dahl on deck. DeKalb trying to stretch. A nice inning already. Put a big crooked number on the board.
They've been fairly patient as well. Obviously, we've seen them be aggressive on those first pitches, but if it's not there, they're going deep into these counts and making Juju work on the mound.
Taylor's taking up the entire batting box with that stretch. Here comes the 3-2. Got him swinging and missing. That's the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout to retire the side, but not before the Tigers strike. 2 runs on 3 hits. 1 runner left. No errors in the field. We'll head to the second. It's 2-1 Tigers. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
2-1 ball game here. DeKalb County with an early lead after an exciting first inning of baseball. It's 8-9-1 due up for the Bees against Evan Pritchard. Rylan Case going to lead it off, and I'll bet you a lot of money he's going to try to drop a bunt down here against Evan Pritchard.
DeKalb County knows it too.
And he's going to stand in there and watch strike one first, and probably now here comes showing a bunt. But you're right, over at third. Taylor is halfway into the infield
took
already.
a couple steps back there that time. You don't want to get rocked too hard.
The freshman into the lineup with the absence of Justin Fallon. And he's going to swing away, and he'll just chop this one. It is going to be work for Taylor. And he ought to load up. Low throw off the mark, and Case will reach safely to first on the error in the infield.
Yeah, and running hard, you got to make a good throw there to first base. It was off mark, and the good thing here about DeKalb County, it gets to that fence. It's a metal fence, so it bounces off hard and not allowing him to get up get up into second base. And now you got another dangerous hitter in Evan Huddleston, who absolutely has the opportunity to bunt.
We thought he would try to bunt to put pressure on the infield. Well, he did. It was just a little chopper.
Yeah,
regardless,
it's the swinging bunt.
It's the first error of the game, and here comes Evan Huddleston, who can do either one. We'll see what they elect to do here, as Case, with plenty of speed, takes a healthy lead at first. See if Pritchard throws him back. Nope. Huddleston shows bunt, pulls back. Webb popped up, trying to throw behind, but no throw.
And he had Case off there a little bit, and Case even slipped up on the way back before the dive back in. So it would have been a little bit close.
I wonder if there's a little bit of new dirt out there after all the rain.
Could have been, yeah.
We've seen a couple of slips so far.
Yeah, we've seen it at home plate on the mound and in the infield.
And Pritchard is going to throw, and all eyes on the visitor side of the field, helping the freshman out there, letting him know. Mentioned they expect big things out of Rylan Case, just maybe weren't this quickly, but he's done a nice job so far for him. As Pritchard misses, and now a little pump fake. That'll be a ball. It's 2-0 to the dangerous Evan Huddleston. And this is where DeKalb knows you got the lead. You got to navigate through this with Huddleston up, and then the big bats coming up behind him. Here comes the 2-0. Good pitch from Pritchard across for strike one.
There's a really big gap between center and right field right now.
Yeah, it's gigantic. It's big enough that if it gets down there,
yeah,
it could be big fireworks. That one misses low. Hitters count 3-1 to the senior Evan Huddleston.
Showed bunt those first couple of times, and now just working the count. And hey, anyway on.
Case takes his lead. Pritchard gonna come home. Huddleston slaps this one foul, and a big pitch early on in this ball game here. 3-2 again. It's the fourth full count that Pritchard's had on the mound. And he's got a very dangerous hitter at the plate.
Yeah, 4 out of 9 times, one time through the lineup now that you're getting to that full count. So obviously making Pritchard work early on.
A payoff pitch, upstairs, ball 4, a Nick's Restaurant walk, and 8 and 9 in the Upperman order have done the job. Runners at first and second for Braden Green. He ripped a single and then was part of that controversial play at home. The relay in from right, bang, bang play called out. He'll climb in here for attempt number 2 with nobody out in the second.
Yeah, and you and I kind of both talked about it. It looked like he probably got under the tag, but again, it's high school baseball. There's no replay, so again, that's why you make the throw, a good relay, and at least make it close.
Pritchard, got to be careful. That was dangerously close to a balk, and Coach Webb knows it. He's going to come out and have a word. That was, you got to come set on the move.
Real close.
That was probably close enough to where you get the field umpire saying, be careful.
Yeah.
Be careful.
Well, and it was kind of weird, too, because Braden Green had just stepped in, and I think Pritchard was trying to time it up a little bit as well, trying
Quick
to catch him off guard.
Yeah.
And
Margaret's watching. She's cheering on the Tigers. Debbie's watching from California. I put those two together, and I'm thinking there's a Chris Worsing connection. Petey is tuning in. He said we were right that it was a hit earlier. And Paul Gentry from Gentry's Power Equipment is tuning in. Appreciate them being the presenting sponsor, your local steel and X-Mark dealer. And a long discussion, Evan Pritchard staying out there, of course. It's a 1-0 count to Braden Green. Runners at first and second with nobody out. The Tigers do lead 2-1, and Upperman's been all over the base paths. Only 2 Bs haven't reached so far.
yeah, obviously getting thrown out at home, big part of that. Got the 1 run across, but just that back in the first.
And what will Braden Green do here? Will he show bunt or swing away? He's going to swing away. And it's 2-0. We saw him show bunt a couple of times against White House, and we kind of scratched our head because he's swinging such a good bat. He's not the fastest kid in the world. Here comes the 2-0 count to him. It's 3-0, and Pritchard's got to have to find the zone here with Chris Worsing looming on deck.
Yeah, that's definitely not somebody who leads the team and runs batted in this season because he puts so many balls in play, and he's in that middle part of the lineup.
The Bees looking for the answer that DeKalb County just gave. Rallying back for a lead. Here comes the 3-0. Ball 4. Nick's Restaurant walk. I think Green thought it was a strike, but it missed inside. And the bases are juiced. Big moment here. Loaded for the sophomore, Chris Worsing. He flew out on a ball to right. It was a nice play in right field on that one.
And we've seen a lot of these balls hit out to right field today, and it could be the pitchers are throwing on that outside part of the plate to these righties. Even the lefty, obviously, Brain Green hit one out there as well. But we've seen quite a few hit out to right field, and obviously right now with that sun setting, it's going to be really tough if there's another one out there, and you even see the center fielder kind of shading that way.
Back-to-back walks here. Nick's Restaurant walks for the Bees, and that one bounces in, and Webb saves a run.
It's tremendous.
Yeah, Ty Webb's really good. Not a huge backstop here, and it's all brick. You mentioned it's kind of opposite fields. Tomorrow in Baxter, it's very expansive. Here it's tight.
And that can take some crazy bounces off that brick as well.
Comes the 1-0 to Worsing. And Pritchard really struggling to find the zone right now. And Coach Webb immediately sends some action down into the bullpen for DeKalb County.
Yeah, and he'll use quite a bit of pitchers if he needs to. And for Pritchard, he went 5 innings against Livingston Academy in his last start in district play. Threw 104 pitches. Only 65 of them were strikes, so a little bit over half.
He just had a 4-pitch walk, and now it's 2-0. Multiple arms going down into the pen for Coach Webb. And that one misses. Ball 3, 3-0, and Worsing's going to stand there with the bat on his shoulder here with the bases loaded and nowhere to put him.
Yeah, either you're going to bring a run home or then you're going to get a really good pitch on 3-1.
And it doesn't get easier. Carson Shoup waiting on deck, and then behind him it's Alec Wilson, and then it's rookie Allison. So you got to buckle down here if you're Evan Pritchard. Here comes the 3-0. Gets it on the inside part of the zone for a strike, 3-1.
That was big for Pritchard. He needed to get that one across just for confidence sake, and now you got to try to get something else with 3-1.
He's quickly working here. The 3-1 to Worsing. And he gets it. Went outside that time. I think Chris thought it was a ball. It's not. It's 3-2 and a big full count now again with the bases loaded. 5th full count of the game already.
Yeah.
Here comes the payoff pitch. This one flicked out into the air, angling into right, angling up to make the catch, and Case was not tagging. And everybody's back at their home base, and that is a huge out for DeKalb County on the fly out into right.
Yeah, that's a really good job with Johnson, I believe, out there in right field, coming up on it and making a nice catch. And again, we talked about it. It was going to be tough on any ball hit out to right. He's able to charge in and make the catch, and you got a good amount of speed over there at third base. Shallow fly ball.
He was off the bag a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what happened. He was kind of floating there in case it got down, and so had to retreat as the first one into Shoup misses low for ball 1, and that gets you back in it. If you're having Pritchard double play, you're out of this jam with the bases loaded and nobody out.
Absolutely. Obviously, you got your corner infielders in on the grass, got your middle infielders in that double play depth.
Carson Shoup in. Here comes the 1-0. Healthy cut at that one. He was trying to clear him, and it's 1-1. That's back onto the practice football field. Breeze is picking up. It's chilly today.
It's cooling down.
The sun is setting. And we're going to be here a while at the rate we're on.
Yeah.
Here comes the 1-1. Slider. Webb again blocks it in case retreats. Ty Webb's putting on an exhibition behind home plate right now.
That's the thing. Pritchard, he's a breaking ball pitcher, and he's going to go around the zone with the fastball as well. And every single time Webb has been able to block it up, keep it in front.
Shoup climbs back in here. 2 balls, 1 strike. And he will barrel this one up. It's grabbed over at third. The throw home is offline, and he's safe. Second error of the inning. It's the right decision. The throw was just off. Webb had to try and hold the base, or the plate rather, and it's 2-2 now. Tied up game, bases loaded, this time for Alec Wilson.
Yeah, good job by Carson Shoup. Hit it hard enough. Was a pretty good play at third to keep it in front. The throw just a bit up the line, up that third base line. And Webb unable to kind of stretch, and that's obviously tough, especially home plate. There's nothing to really stick your foot on. You kind of have to keep it on top, and stretching from there is a little bit difficult.
Second error of the inning for DeKalb County. Leads to a run across. Still bases loaded. First pitch to Alec Wilson. Flicks this one up into the air. Kind of dies in the wind in center. Will they test him with Huddleston? They sure will. Here comes the relay in, and he is safe. An RBI sac fly for Alec Wilson regains a 1-run lead for the Bees. It's 3-2.
Yep, and doing the job exactly what Alec Wilson is in that spot to do in the cleanup spot to drive home runs. He does exactly that. You get a couple of runs across, and now back on top go the Bees, and he's still got some runners out there with a really good bat in the lineup coming up in rookie Allison, who was 4 for his last 4.
Allison, he did hit a single back in the first. He's in here with runners at first and second. Pritchard trying to limit the damage. And again, Webb with a block behind the plate. I mean, nothing has gotten behind him so far, and there's been plenty of opportunities.
A lot of chances. Yeah, you were talking about how quickly, or I guess how slowly, this game has moved on. And White House the other day, we got done in an hour and a half. We're already 40 minutes in, and here in the top of the second.
That's why Ty Webb's going to play at Maryville, as that one misses up. Into rookie Allison, so hitters count again 2-0. We'll check the pitch count. We don't have Petey here today. Again, thinking about you, brother. He's a cheat code for us to just check over on the laptop and see. We're not that smart. We're not keeping track of it. And that's a great pitch from Pritchard. Waved out and missed. It's 2-1.
We've seen Allison take some big cuts in these couple of innings so far. He was able to rip on his last time up on the third cut that he took.
Pritchard so far, yeah, he's way up there in the pitch count. Distance over 60 now as that one bounces in, and we're in the second inning.
Wow. Well, you said it. A lot of these have been full counts. This one at 3-1 now.
Yeah, it is now 60 pitches for Evan Pritchard and a 3-1 count to rookie Allison. So bullpen going to get some work today, it looks like, for DeKalb County. If this continues, 3-1, that one misses. It's a Nick's Restaurant walk. First pitch they got by Webb, but it really doesn't matter because everybody's safe, and it's the third Nick's Restaurant walk of the inning and a deja vu moment for Juju Yano. He climbs in with more traffic. This time, bases loaded for him as he tries to give himself some breathing room. Low back in to run again for the catcher, Allison.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Webb, he's kind of creeping his way out, kind of thinking about it a little bit.
I think you got to make a move here. And we'll see what he decides to do. He's going to come out and have a word with the umpire. And again, Coach Webb, he's an OG of the game. He's going to kill as much time as he can for his arms warming up out there.
Just double check the lineup, make sure everything's right. You said it, a couple of arms warming up out there. He'll go deep into his bullpen if he has to, and then he'll go have a visit on the mound. Just give them a couple more pitches. Get warmed up. Listen, it's cold out here, so you better be warm if you're coming out onto the mound today.
And it is going to be time for a call to the bullpen here for the DeKalb County Tigers. New pitcher for them when we come back. Bases loaded for the Bees in a 3-2 ball game very early on. Don't go anywhere.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop.
So Coach Webb got everybody, myself included, mainly us. And he swapped out in right field so that Johnson can go in and get loose. That may be your next pitcher for DeKalb. And the first pitch is in to Juju Yano for strike one with the bases loaded. So it's still Pritchard on the mound. That one, again, grabbed out by Webb. So apologies. We'll hear from our sponsor again in just a moment. If there is a call to the bullpen or in between innings, as it's 1-1 for Yano. Bases loaded here with 2 outs. Pritchard sends this one. Yano flips it up into the air. Long way to go in center, and sliding grab is made. What a catch in center field to save a couple of runs by Ben Driver. The Bees strike for 2, but Driver robs them of a couple of more. We'll head to the bottom half in a 3-2 ball game. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Proudly introducing Upper Cumberland Generators for all your home power solutions. Locally owned and operated, Upper Cumberland Generators are here to make sure you have peace of mind no matter the situation. with new and reliable generators. Call 931-265-1702 for more information or to order yours today. Upper Cumberland Generators is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Buckle your seatbelts. This could be one of those sorts of games. 3-2, Upperman leads. The Bees have left 6 runners on the base pass. Evan Pritchard's over 65 pitches, but he only has 3 against him on the scoreboard. DeKalb has 2. They're looking for more as we head to the bottom half. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Tigers. I'm Noah. That's Jacob. We're happy to be along with you today on a brisk evening. Not too cold yet.
Not yet.
For high school baseball.
Getting there. The hands are getting a bit chilly.
District 7 AAA, though. You never know what's going to happen.
It was 92 degrees the other day.
And this could be the last time the Bees play in this ballpark for a while, unless they line it up non-district moving forward as DeKalb hops over into the weirdest drawn district in the history of the world.
Yeah. So we've got a few of those next year.
Could end up region opponents, though, in a region tournament.
Yeah.
That's one of those for DeKalb. The district probably gets a little easier. And then conversely for the Bees, the region definitely gets easier.
Get out of Tullahoma.
Next year, yeah. Get away from Tullahoma, which
going to be really fun this year.
Upperman and Tullahoma are
crash course.
It certainly feels that way so far. Tullahoma had a little bit of a blip yesterday against Lawrence County, able to have a big 7th to win it, but they had their number 1 on the mound. It got interesting as the first pitch from Yano is that breaking ball across to Nick Dahl, the first baseman today.
It's the first time we've seen that breaking ball, and you talk about interesting. DeKalb County, couple of runs in that first inning against Yano, who threw a no-hitter his last time out.
1-0 misses up 2-0, and you wonder, mentioning that Tullahoma, if Tullahoma does what the Upperman fans do, which is kind of peek over, and every time Tullahoma gets in a little bit of trouble, you go, oh you can get beaten, and vice versa on the other side. Oh, okay. Of course, saw each other in basketball, so they know.
Yeah.
Season kind of started 2.5 weeks ago for both those two teams. As that one's across for a strike, it's 2-1 to Dahl. Yano working quickly as he's so prone to do, and now he finds his corner. That's him and Alec Wilson's favorite spot. And the umpire's going to give it to him if you could hit it. It's 2-2. Yano with a 2-2. Ooh, pretty good. May have been out. We don't have a great view, obviously, today from the side.
It's tremendous for the camera.
It is good for the camera.
It's not great for us.
Except if anything down into left field.
Yeah.
A big 3-2 pitch coming. Fastball. Called strike 3. Back-to-back tops of machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeouts. One to end the first. This one to open up the second for Julian Yano.
That's a big one as well. Got behind, able to come back, and you said it. Worked that outside part of the plate a couple of times. Unable to pull the trigger. And a strikeout to open up the inning here in the second.
How about Ben Driver's catch at the top half of the second?
I mean,
it was bases loaded. At least 2 runs are
Yep.
scoring. He slides in, makes the grab, and keeps it at a 1-run game. Now he's trying to help out on offense. First pitch in is across for strike 1. And all of a sudden, look out. Juju Yano starting to find his spot. Driver wants to take him out of that in a hurry. Here comes the 0-1. Look out. 0-2.
That's the big thing for Yano right now. If you can start to get ahead in these counts and get your rhythm back a little bit, obviously you've got the lead again, so that always helps.
All 3 of these top 3, Wilson, Yano, and Wersing. It seems like there's a moment, and sometimes it's the first pitch. Is the 0-2, that one misses up, where they lock in and you go, ooh, it's going to be tough. Here's the 0-2. The question is, did we just see that moment? I should say 1 and 2. Driver trying to work in here. The 1-2. Breaking ball. Great take by Driver as it dove away from him. It's 2-2.
Yeah, the slider that time, and it looked like it moved quite a bit, but just a little bit low.
2-2 fastball. This one's kind of flicked over. Wilson lost it against the sun. Has to field a flip to Yano. Beats him by a step. It's a good adjustment by Wilson. Never saw it off the bat, but able to make the flip.
Well, the reason it was right off the end of the bat, and it kind of popped up a little bit. So he sees that it pops up, and he heard it, but you just never see it. So you don't know if it's coming at you 100 miles an hour or 20 miles an hour. Unfortunately for him, it was 20 miles an hour and made a really nice play. Good job by Yano as well to go cover the bag.
Driver with tons of speed barreling down the line. Here comes Andrew Dacus, the left fielder, trying to flip the lineup over. First pitch slider. Whew, it was a pretty good pitch. Didn't get the call. 1-0. Finished out away. Trying to take it away from these right-handed batters is Yano. 1-0 fastball waved at and missed. 1-1. Yano had one of his best outings of the year a year ago in this ballpark. Got to him in the top half, or in the bottom half of the first, rather.
Of course, he was filling in that game, too.
A 1-1. Exactly right. Oh, one. Appeal down to first. The field umpire was not watching.
Hey, well, I don't know if it was that or you can't see. He's got the sun directly behind
It didn't
him.
matter, but he was. I don't think he went anyway, but he was not looking at home plate. Here comes the 2-1. That one misses. 3-1. I had that yesterday. I'm just looking away. Somebody's looking right at me. I'm like, oh, sorry. Yeah. What are we doing? Here comes the 3-1 home. Fastball right down Main Street. And another 3-2. Dacus trying to set the table for Ty Webb. Yano working quickly. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. And it's the third Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout of the game for Juju Yano. The Bees put down the Tigers 1-2-3 in the second. We head to the third. This is high school baseball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Evan Pritchard back to work here. We wondered if it would be him. It is to start the third inning. He's got 7, 8, 9 due up. Holroyd, Case, and Huddleston. As Upperman has been all over the base paths, but only have 3 runs to show for it so far. 6 Bs left on the base paths so far through 2 innings. And right now, DeKalb trying to turn this into a 7-inning ball game. They don't want the wheels to blow off the wagon. 7, 8, 9, you'd love a clean inning if you're Coach Webb.
Well, and obviously we saw Juju Yano start to find his rhythm a little bit there in that last half inning and able to get a few strikeouts in the frame, and now you've got the Bees coming back to the plate. It is that bottom part of the lineup, but again, it's not your normal bottom part of the lineup.
First pitch again bounces in, and it has been tough sledding for Webb behind the dish. He's had to drop out of his stance a bunch today.
Well, he might be the only person staying warm. That's the positive.
That's true. 1-0. Holroyd sends this one on a ride in the left field, angling back, having to adjust to it, and it drops. Carson Holroyd barrels that one up in the left, and he pulls into second. It tipped off the glove. What do you want, Jacob Vincent?
I think we're going error on that one.
Okay, down on the error on that one into left field. It was well struck. It was kind of read awkwardly by Dacus. He was retreating, but it did tip off his glove and down.
It looked like he kind of cradled it and then may have popped out.
Either way, Carson Holroyd, he doesn't want to hear that it's an error, but he's standing
He
at
did hit
second.
it well, yeah.
And Rylan Case, okay, we said it. Surely it was a bunt. I think it's a hit.
You can go with that.
I'm going with a hit.
We'll
I'm changing it. I think it was down. I think it was a really tough play as Case shows bunt. It's a great bunt down the third baseline. Coming up to grab. The throw to first is low. It bounces in awkwardly. He's safe. That's a bunt single for Rylan Case. Advances the runner up. And I am changing the last one to a double for Carson Holroyd. After watching it pop up here, he didn't have it. He went up for it and it kind of tipped off the glove, different from a drop. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Safe. The first 3 steps don't matter, my friend. Runners at the corners as Evan Huddleston will climb in here, and it's got check time again for DeKalb County.
How about that bunt
Nobody
from
out.
Rylan Case?
Tremendous.
Second time he's done it this season.
And
There he
he's
goes.
Took off. Webb is going to throw down. The tag is not there in time. It's a Turfmaster stolen base. Rylan Case putting on a show out of the 8-hole for the freshman. And I believe the pitch missed. We'll check and see. Sometimes he can hear me and he'll point. Let's see if it's 1-0 or 0-1.
0-1. According to the scoreboard, 0-1.
0-1. We'll go with that. I was watching Ryland Case take second.
He was spading down there.
The 0-1 to Huddleston. He's going to swing away. I may have foul tipped it either way. It's 0-2 now here to the senior Huddleston. Base is empty over at first. Yeah, I gave Holroyd a double, so it's back-to-back base hits for the Bees. This is why Petey needs to be here, because he's just the end-all, be-all. Everybody else has their own.
I don't know if he'll be able to see too well.
Depending on what their last name, sometimes it shades their opinion of the stat, what just happened. The 0-2 to Huddleston. Slider misses in. Good pitch. 1-2.
Yeah, that was a good one.
The Tigers have done a just masterful job of working through trouble and limiting damage. They're going to have to pull one out again here with runners at second and third and nobody out here in the third, and the big bats looming with Huddleston at the plate. Here comes the 1-2. Fastball. This one's flicked foul into the bullpen. Oh, that ball went way further than I thought it was going to.
That's everything else all right. And the wind is blowing a little bit, but it's not blowing hard, fortunately.
I'm going to predict something. I'm not saying today. He's going to get a hold of one, and it's going to surprise people. It's going to go a long way. Comes the 1-2 to Huddleston. Look at that slider again. A little grunt that time for Pritchard, and I think his coach heard it too. He's angling down to the bullpen, which still has action in it.
He's going to check just to see, make sure they're good to go.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Huddleston. Pritchard delivers. Fastball. This one rolled over towards short. Kirby has it. Got to make a good throw. Over to first. He does by a step. Now a throw to third. Sliding in safely was Ryland Case. That's a good job of base running by Case. Huddleston gets the RBI. It's 4-2 for the Bees, and it's the first out of the inning. Now Braden Green will stride in for the third time.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Kirby to get the out at first, and a really good heads-up base running there by Ryland Case as well. Able to utilize his speed, get to third, and that another run across, and hey, back to the top of the lineup, and now you're seeing the Tigers take a little bit of time here and see if they want to go to the bullpen or not.
Here's Braden Otani climbing in. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a single, as I've nicknamed him for his play over the past few weeks.
I mean, rightfully so.
Since coming up into the leadoff spot. Theoretically, not a great matchup for him with that lefty action away from him, but we'll see what happens. Today. And his first pitch swinging. He sends it way up into the air. Long way to go in center. Over to his right, and it tips off the glove. That will be an error, as Green will pull into second. Run comes across to score in the form of Ryland Case. Green pulls into second safely. It was going to be an RBI either way, but the end result is a 5-2 ball game, and the Bees looking for more.
Yeah, that was, like you said, either way, it was deep enough to get the job done. So Case was scoring no matter what. Green able to get into second base.
So that's the one unfortunate part for Green. He'll take second, but he would love an extra RBI. He'll stand at second. Case scores after some really heads-up base running by the freshman. And Chris Worsing climbs in. He's over 2 flyouts to right so far. And the first pitch misses up and out.
That's a good question, actually, because if he catches it,
he's going to
it's going to be a sac fly RBI.
Petey, please come back.
Yeah.
Two across for the Bees so far. It says they just got it corrected as the first pitch misses out to Worsing. And he is the 1B to not reach so far in the game.
It's pretty impressive, actually.
And he will rip this one angling into center. That is well struck way back, and it is down to the wall. Takes an awkward hop off the wall. An RBI double for Chris Worsing, and the Bees starting to separate. It's 6-2.
Well, Mr. Single turning into Mr. Extra Base hit, drives in another run, and he's standing on second base. That ball was hit hard out to right center as well. And now you're going to see a visit to the mound and possibly a change because they are starting to time up Pritchard on the mound.
77 pitches for Evan Pritchard, 6 runs across for the Bees. They put a 3 spot up in the inning, and they are looking for more with still only 1 out and a runner at second. Yeah, imagine this is a call to the bullpen for the Tigers, but we have not seen the move yet. He's already tricked me once. We're not going to let Coach Webb get me again. We'll
stay
sure.
here until the there it is. There's the point.
That is certainly a call to the bullpen coming for DeKalb County. The Bees trying to break it open when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Welcome back. It's time for a call to the bullpen for the DeKalb County Tigers, and they will go to Luke Johnson out of the pen. They go from lefty to righty, and he enters into a tough spot. 6-2 for the Bees. They brought 3 across so far, 1 out. Runner at second after the RBI single for Chris Worsing, but not a bad last couple of outings for Luke Johnson on the mound.
Yeah, predominantly a reliever and predominantly the first guy coming in for the starter as well. He last pitched against Gordonsville on Friday, actually. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. They were both earned. No walks and 2 strikeouts. He only threw 35 pitches. 22 of those were strikes. He also pitched in game number 2 against Livingston Academy. They won that game 17-7, but that was in 7 innings. They needed 3 runs in the 7th to get to the 10 runs. So obviously it still went 7 innings. In that game, he went 3 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts.
DeKalb County took a 2-1 lead in the first inning. Upperman has answered with 5 straight runs, and they're looking for more as the 3-hole hitter Carson Shoup will climb in here.
They've got changes all over the infield
They
as well.
do.
Different third base, different first base.
Evan Pritchard, I know, has moved to first. He's
Yes.
the everyday first baseman when he's not on the mound. We'll try and get you the other numbers, but we may keep it at positions for a while until we get it all straight.
20-something over there.
First pitch into Shoup misses a little bit low and a little bit higher velocity on the mound for Johnson. It's a different arm slot as well, trying to change up the angle.
Colin Young is at third base now.
And that one dips away from Shoup. And it's quickly 2-0, and that was one of the problems for Pritchard, trying to find the zone against these Upperman batters.
And Johnson struggled a little bit with this against Livingston Academy. Granted, that was a couple of weeks ago. 67 pitches, 37 of those were strikes.
All right, I've been overruled, by the way, by Petey, as this one's going to be set up into the air in the infield. Could be playable. Also, it's a tough play against the sun, and it's just going to drop. I've been overruled by Petey. E7, he says, on the first play of the inning for Holroyd. He did come around to score. Sorry to Young, but it is ruled an error. Sorry to Carson as well. Shoup climbs back in after that little bloop foul, 2-1. It's fun. It's just delayed from Petey in the comment section.
And he didn't have a great view on it just because we don't have a great angle of left field
But
today.
I'm going to throw him under the bus for it. So as that one is a good fastball, and right back in it is Johnson trying to settle in here to the outing. It's not an insurmountable deficit, certainly. Runner at second, so some pressure, but not too much. It's evened up with Shoup. The 2-2 from Johnson. Breaking ball. Great pitch. Got him swinging and missing. It was definitely sitting fastball, and he pulled the string on that one for the punch-out.
That was tremendous from Johnson, coming in a big spot. Runner on second and only one out, and you get behind early, able to work your way back and just rip off a great breaking ball. And you said it, Shoop was looking fastball the whole way.
That may have been the best pitch of the game so far. That was nasty. As now Alec Wilson will climb in with that runner at second, Chris Worsing. First pitch, slider dips away, 1-0.
That's another tremendous block.
Yeah, Webb behind the dish has just been lights out. It could be worse. It could be a double-digit lead right now for the Bees, but the plays have been made right now for DeKalb County. They've left 6 runners out there trying to make it 7. Good fastball across at the knees, 1-1.
Well, and just in this inning, those couple of errors, the 2 fly balls to the outfield. Now, granted, they were tough plays, but both hit the glove.
Alec Wilson, he has a double so far. He also has an RBI and a sac fly. Attempt number 3 in the 3rd inning. 1-1 fastball. Webb blocked it up again. Brick wall for Ty Webb. That is
it's impressive.
Incredible.
I mean, there's only been one to get past, and it was on ball 4.
2-1 to Wilson. That one dips low outside. Rookie Allison's seeing a beach ball right now. He's waiting on deck. For Wilson, he certainly would take a walk here if he could find a way on. See what Johnson goes with in the 3-1. And he gets that one on the outside part of the zone, and we run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We had a ton of full counts in this game so far.
I was going to say, it's kind of how Pritchard got going as well. A lot of full counts, and we even saw it in that last one against Jupe, went 2-2.
Long look in here. 3-2 payoff pitch, slider, good pitch, but it misses. That's a great pitch and a great take by Alec Wilson for the Nick's Restaurant walk.
Yeah, I missed just a little bit low, possibly a little bit inside as well. And like you said, really good take there by Alec Wilson, able to work the walk. And that's a tough take on 3-2. But he does the job, and now you bring rookie Allison, one of the hottest bats in these last couple of games, to the plate.
Yeah, that's just good baseball. I mean, that's a good 3-2 pitch right there. You don't want to just throw it over the heart. And that's a tough take by a senior on that right-handed batter's box. Allison's reached both times. He's got a single and a walk so far. First appearance against Johnson as that one dips away. And it's a good move for Coach Webb because he brings the righty in against 3 straight righties. And all that breaking action working away from him. And then there's another one with Yano on deck next. So that's the right time lineup-wise for the switch. As the 1-0, good fastball across, 1-1. They're trying to keep everything away from these Bees.
And that could be why we've seen a lot of these fly balls out to right field. Obviously, we've seen a couple to left and left center early on in this inning already, too.
Johnson with the 1-1. Allison sends this one back onto the practice field. Watch out, y'all. A couple of youngsters walking. They
hit the tree, fortunately.
They hit the tree, and then they just go and chase it. They don't
he's
care.
got a glove out there.
Yeah, they're ready.
He's ready.
Except he wasn't looking at all, but
it was kind of tracking right out.
Now they got 2 balls to play catch with. They're tossing them back and forth. Good for the youngsters. Here comes 1-2 for Allison. Slider again. Cold strike 3. Nice pitch for Johnson. And now 8 Bees have been left stranded, but they do some damage in the 3rd, making it 6-2. DeKalb looking to get some back when we return. This is high school baseball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
Good crowd split between YouTube and Facebook today. We welcome you in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. Hit that bell icon to be notified every time we go live. It's baseball season, so every time the Bees are playing, we are live. And I believe next Monday, you're going to get to see some Kaylee Plumley, Jacob, down at Cumberland University.
There we go.
She's going to be playing somewhere way bigger than Cumberland University next year. But they
Should
take
be a
on
good
Smyrna. Should be a really good one. How about the Tigerettes at 16-1, taking on Smyrna next Monday. High school softball, game of the week.
Assuming it doesn't rain.
I may make you do baseball. I'm going to go do that. We'll call up some of our friends to do baseball. We're going to go call Kaylee Plumley and the Gordonsville Tigerettes. Juju Yano, he settled in back in the second inning, but he had a long break in between frames. And he's going to face off 1-2-3 in the Tigers' order, trying to get some back as Upperman scored 5 unanswered to take a 6-2 advantage into the bottom half of the third.
Yeah, the Bees trailed in this game. It was 2-1, and then obviously able to get the answer, get a couple runs back, make it 3-2. So he's able to work with the lead his last time out, and obviously he found a little bit of a rhythm there back in that just the second inning. We're only in the third right now, and obviously these Bees been used to some quick games these last couple of weeks. This one not going to be quite as short, I don't think.
Forget about Monday. We got a busy week this week. Tomorrow, game 2 between these two, 5:30 in Baxter. Then Thursday, Watertown.
6 o'clock start time on Thursday.
Watertown comes to Baxter to take on the Bees.
Undefeated
Saturday,
Watertown.
that's going to be a
For
barn
now.
burner. Saturday, noon, Smith County. The Owls come to town to take on the Bees. First pitch slider across. Of course, we do every Upperman baseball game because of the sponsors that make it possible. Of course, Gentry's Power Equipment, Turf Masters, Nick's Restaurant, as the slider misses behind. First really bad miss of the day for Yano, and it's 2-0 for Ty Webb. For Yano, he's at 36 pitches now after that one misses behind. And he took a little bit of an extra breather there. The 2-0 fastball revved up that one, and it's 3-0. Webb jumped on the first pitch he saw back in the first, ripped it in the left, but it was caught by Case. Now he's way ahead in the count, trying to set the table for the big bats. Fastball across. Of course, we're closer than we are in the press box. Just feels like it may be the hardest Yano has thrown this year. The 3-1. That one misses upstairs, ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Ty Webb. It'll bring up the ever-dangerous Dallas Kirby, who's 1 for 1 with a single.
I was going to say, that's exactly what DeKalb County's looking for, trailing by the 4 runs. Definitely not insurmountable here in this third inning, and already showed that you can hit them up here in this top half of the lineup and able to move some runners around. And these are exactly the guys who did it the first time. We'll see if Kirby's able to do it again.
Kirby had a hit, a stolen base, and he scored one of the 2 runs back in the first inning for DeKalb County. Yano back out of the stretch for the first time in a while. Slider, my goodness, nasty in there for strike 1.
Yeah, I went with the slide step as well. That's a really good pitch. Started on that left knee and able to get it to slide off of it.
That ain't your average catcher over there at first. He can move, and there he goes as the pitch misses in for a ball, and he actually slammed the brakes. And the mind games are on over there as well.
Yeah, the fake steal, trying to get that throw down possibly into center field.
I have nothing else. I have everybody yelling. He's going.
Right
in the pitch. The 1-1. Another one. That one tipped off the glove of Allison. The pass ball allows Webb to go up 90 feet into scoring position.
And so it kind of works out for Webb out there on the base path, just a little bit inside on the miss again, and just bouncing around enough, getting into the head of the pitcher and the catcher, and able to advance now into scoring position with Dallas Kirby at the plate.
It's the dangerous part of the order, certainly. Most dangerous, I should say, for DeKalb County. Tucker Webb looming on deck. Pritchard behind him. 2-1. And Yano going to turn and look back. Be very interesting if Yano does not go complete today, which Upperman is hoping for. As this one is sent up into the air. It's going to stay in the field of play. Could be a tough play. Yano is tracking it, backs up, and makes the catch for out number 1. Off the pitcher spot. Behind Yano, though, they expect Yano and Wilson certainly and Worsing to go all 7. If they can't, behind them, considering what's going up later in this week, you're probably looking at rookie Allison or Carson Holroyd today for the Bees. But we've been surprised before from
Yeah,
Shakes.
I
And
mean,
that's probably those two names are the names for the next 3 games if any of their starters get into trouble.
And who knows who you'll see today. Obviously, this is a district game, so you got to have these ones.
Fastball's in there, but for the Bees, you're not really concerned. That's just 44 pitches for Yano here in the 3rd.
But those 2 against Watertown and Smith County, you would love to get one against Watertown on Thursday, especially. Hand them their first loss, possibly.
A slider, close but no cigar, misses out 1-1. And the Watertown game is the one. Man, you really love to have number 11 back if you could get him back for 1 game on the schedule. The ones in 3 weeks are much more important, but that one would be nice to have if you're at Upperman in center field and in your order. And mainly in your order, as that one's fired in there. 1-2.
Well, we've seen them here in these last couple of games without Justin Fallon start to find their stride a little bit.
Tucker Webb at the plate. He's ripped a single so far. Got a runner at second. And Yano will look back Webb again. So Tucker's at the plate. Ty is on the base paths. Yano delivers, and he got him swinging and missing. A Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout, the 4th of the day for the senior Yano. And back-to-back outs after the walk. Evan Pritchard will stride in here, hit an RBI and a ground out back in the 1st inning.
That's a big pitch right there. Again, elevating that fastball. So tough to catch up to with the velocity that he's throwing it at right now. And you elevate it just a little bit, it's really hard to catch up.
And now he goes with the slider. Good take by Pritchard. Dips low. Angie's tuning in, cheering on the Bees, as is Roy. Melanie's watching. Appreciate the comments. Keep them rolling in as this one's fouled back into the mesh net.
Probably the shortest net around.
Yeah,
but you just have the football field off to our left over our shoulder. Practice football field kind of straight behind home plate, and then the baseball field house down the right field line. So no cars in danger today.
Theoretically.
You would think.
Here comes the 1-1. Webb bouncing around the base paths. Allison fakes the throw. And we'll see what Liliana's going to comment to get blocked from the page here in a moment. 2-1 for Pritchard. Oh, no, that's a nice comment. Okay. The 2-1. Close, but missed outside to Pritchard. 3 balls and 1 strike. I promise you, somebody with UCR will appear at UHS volleyball this year. She asked if it would be me. I think I had a thing going on that day. The 3-1. That one misses up and out to Pritchard, and he will head down the second walk of the inning. And a big opportunity, and it is going to be Luke Johnson. As Coach Dronebarger is going to kind of have a word. I wonder if he's seen something here for Yano. Very rare to give up a couple of walks in an inning for Juju.
We talked about it coming into this one. That's kind of been the big thing for these Upperman pitchers these last few games. They haven't walked anybody in these last few games, so they've done a really nice job of obviously a good amount of strikeouts, but also not allowing free base runners out there. And 2 walks here in the inning. The leadoff walk, and then that one there. And you do have 2 outs, so you're just looking for a ground ball. Obviously, you can try to get a strikeout in there as well.
I will shout out UHS Volleyball in this. They got a lot better hiring Coach Torrey. They got a lot better.
She did a
they
great
already
job
really
at
good.
Stowe Memorial.
And they got a lot better. They got one of the best volleyball coaches around this offseason. They got a lot better. Which really shouldn't be much of a surprise that they've got a good coach in that athletic department, but they do. And now after the trip to the mound, Coach Dronebarger, who will never take any credit, but there is a reason all these pitchers are pitching the way that they are. He's really good over there, and we'll see what happens now against Luke Johnson.
Big spot here for Yano. And again, it's just the bottom of the 3rd, but 2 runners on here for DeKalb County who's trying to get back into it.
Glance back, first pitch slider. It's in there for 0-1, and that may be part of the discussion. Start leaning on that one. Second time through the lineup.
It's worked pretty well.
Johnson in his first AB ripped an RBI double. And the slider again, this one's flicked up into the air, angling into foul territory. A look from Case, but no chance to get to it, and it's 0-2.
And we have no idea how close he was to it.
He made a diving attempt.
There's a wall. We can just make up whatever we want.
Yano now at 55 pitches. So DeKalb making him work a little bit here in the third.
3 innings through. Well, not even 3 innings through.
If you're Coach Tad Webb, you would love to get into this bullpen today, see what happens.
You got to get a couple runs before that, probably.
Here comes the 0-2. Slider, disgusting. Ooh, he didn't get the call. Yano started walking it off. Umpire says it was outside. That was a disgusting pitch from Yano, diving across, and new life for Johnson.
It looked pretty good.
That looked like a great pitch.
But again, we do not have the best angle
No, we
today.
do not. Here comes the 1-2. Went right back to it, and that time it definitely missed. 2-2. And that's smart to go right back to it, though. Give me the call the next time, maybe.
It's kind of freezing him at the plate as well, and Johnson.
Yeah, kind of leaning back as it dives across. Here comes the 2-2. Fastball, and he fouled it into him. Take your time, young man. Looks like he's okay. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here for DeKalb. Couple of walks in the inning have given them a chance to claw back as they trail by 4 on their home field. Yano with the 2-2. Slider, called strike 3. Rip that one across, and it's another Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout for Yano as he strands 2 runners on the base pass. We'll head to the middle innings at 6-2 Bs. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145. Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
It's time for another call to the bullpen for the DeKalb County Tigers. Luke Johnson did a nice job checking in relief. May see him tomorrow. Elliott Barnes, a freshman, on the mound here, and his last time out was not ideal. He's looking for a much better one today against this explosive lineup.
Yeah, last pitched against obviously a very good team in Station Camp, but that was back on March 22nd. Only lasted 1 inning, 7 hits, 9 runs. 7 were earned. He walked 5 batters and no strikeouts, so struggled to find the strike zone a little bit. 59 pitches, 30 of those were strikes. And so we'll see what he's able to do here against. This is going to be a big inning. If you can work cleanly through it, try to get some momentum back on your side and maybe get the pads back to the plate.
And we have seen Coach Webb in the Upperman series the past several years keep several guys under 25 and pitch them twice in back-to-back days. You may see that with Luke Johnson tomorrow. We'll see if that happens again with the freshman on the mound in Barnes, or if they're just going to go run through with Barnes, because this is an interesting spot. You know, if you're Coach Webb, you're not out of this. In a 6-2 ball game, Upperman started to see it really well. But on the other hand, tomorrow, not going to be easier. Either Chris Worsing or Alec Wilson going to be on the mound against you. Runs probably at a premium there. Where do you put all your chips in on the table and put your best arm out there? Is it in a 6-2 ball game, or do you try to run it tomorrow in Baxter on a Wednesday afternoon?
Well, and you said it, too. All of these teams outside of Upperman have split with each other so far. So everybody is 2-2 right now coming into today. Nobody played yesterday with all the rain, obviously. So if you can pick one off against Upperman, whether it's tonight in comeback fashion or tomorrow night, you're going to be the 2 seed pretty much.
Yeah. Juju Yano will climb in here. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center, hard hit ball, and a walk. And the fly out was actually a great sliding catch made in center by Driver. As the first pitch for Barnes, he played on the basketball team, did a nice job, misses outside for ball 1.
And that sun is just about ready to
It's
set,
cold.
and it has gotten significantly colder.
Yes, and we're going to be complaining about it. Here comes the 1-0. This one fouled off. 1-1.
Big swing from Yano. We really need this breeze. It's like not even a 10-mile-an-hour breeze, but we need it to chill out.
It's just a constant AC on your back when you really don't need it.
Doesn't feel good.
Almost brought the propane heaters from Macon County semifinals. Here comes the 1-1. That one misses up for Barnes to Juju Yano. Carson Holroyd, Ryland Case behind him. And if you're Barnes on the mound, you really want to work relatively clean here and not have to see Braden Green and company. The 2-1, that one ripped and comes up empty. 2-2, and really you don't want to see Evan Huddleston, who would be the 4th hitter in this half inning.
Been a big couple of hacks from Yano. Hadn't been able to time it up just yet.
The 2-2. Good pitch. Missed outside just a little bit. 3-2. And again, as you would expect, it's consistency behind the plate today. That has not been there. And we run full. Here comes the 3-2 payoff pitch. Yano sends this one up. It may stay in. It is going to stay in. Coming up from third, stretching and making the catch. Almost knocked it fair, but it's going to be grabbed over there. Colin Young, I believe, makes the grab. He's new in at third base for out number 1.
Yeah, he called off Webb coming from the catcher spot. He got to it, and then it starts to tail back to that third base line and just snags it out there with the third baseman's mitt.
If he didn't catch that, I think it was going to go fair.
It may have popped out and gone fair.
Holroyd reached on an error. It was a controversial call. Petey made it from home. Back and forth in the left field. He did barrel it up, though, and one of the hardest hit balls he's had this season. He struck out as well today as that one misses up for ball 1. He came around to score a run in the third.
That's the important part of that run across. You've got the 4-run lead right now, and Barnes a good, important first out there for him.
He's doing a nice job so far. He's been around the zone as that one misses a little bit out. Again, the misses haven't been bad for Elliott Barnes. 2-0.
Again, he's just a freshman, so he's getting some good run time here against one of the top teams in the state.
Yeah, they really like him in multiple sports, as I mentioned, as Holroyd slaps this one up. This one has a chance to stay in. Young gives chase, and he will make the catch right next to the net for out number 2. A couple of flyouts in foul territory. A nice job by Ty Webb that time, and a big 2-up, 2-down. We'll see what Ryland Case does.
That was a really good job by Ty Webb. Able to get back there, find the wall, and then look up and find the baseball, and able to haul it in. Kind of snow-coned it a little bit, but able to secure it for out number 2.
And he gets it without using the net to help him, so really nice job. Ryland Case been all over the base paths. Reached on an error, has a bunt single, waves and misses at that one from Barnes. He's also stolen a base and scored 2 runs. And he's got the opportunity with fouling out of the lineup, trying to do the most with it. Here comes the 0-1. This one fouled straight back. Barnes trying to work a clean inning. That could give you some momentum if you're DeKalb, doing a 4-run ball game.
Yeah, and then you talk about that decision for Coach Webb and start to look really good if you're able to go cleanly through here and maybe get a run or 2 across in that next inning.
And if he does that and he actually gets through this, I don't know how you take him off the mound. Maybe you do, but 0-2 coming to Case. Barnes deals. Case barrels this one up, angling forward and able to adjust and make the catch in right field to retire the side. It's the first 1-2-3 inning of the game for DeKalb County defensively. We head to the bottom half in a 6-2 ball game. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Proudly introducing Upper Cumberland Generators for all your home power solutions. Locally owned and operated, Upper Cumberland Generators are here to make sure you have peace of mind no matter the situation. With new and reliable generators. Call 931-265-1702 for more information or to order yours today. Upper Cumberland Generators is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Juju Yano back on the mound here for the Bees. It does become a little bit interesting for him. It's 59 pitches because of the 4 games in 5 days factor for the Bees. And do you want to see him on Saturday? If you do, he's got 16 pitches left. If not, it's his game and they want him to go 7. Big moment here for DeKalb as they get a 1-2-3 top half. But now it's 6-7-8 due up for the Tigers looking to jumpstart a rally in a 4-run deficit.
And maybe it depends on how you go here in this 4th inning. Obviously, DeKalb County's going to have a few more chances no matter what. And we'll kind of see what Coach Shanks has in store. Again, it's tough when you've got 4 games this week, and then obviously you're right back into district play against Livingston Academy Monday and Tuesday as well.
Smith County a 12-2 winner tonight. So the Owls, and they played Watertown tight in their series last week.
Both games.
And the Owls are going to come to Baxter hungry after the run rule victory for the Bees in Carthage a couple of weeks ago. Stepping in here is Colin Young. He checked in for Preston Taylor after one of the pitching changes. He's made a play in the field, and now he'll get his first chance against Julian Yano on the mound in his 4th inning of work. And it's cold.
It's so cold. As soon as that sun went down.
First pitch in the dirt, swung on and missed, 0-1. And, yeah, we were sweating in the press box on Friday. Now we are freezing. And now Jacob's about to get mad at me because I came prepared.
Well, I can't really use gloves when I'm using the iPad, so.
Sorry about that, man. 0-1. This one's sent up into the air, and it's going to get out of here. Foul ball. And it's quickly 0-2 here for Young against Yano.
It's got the little pockets in the jacket, so we're rocking and rolling so far.
You're Mr. North, aren't you? Mr. Indiana, you should be fine.
Why do you think I moved down here?
That's a good point. 0-2 coming here, Colin Young. Yano kicks and deals the slider, and Young able to lay off as it dove way away from him. 1-2.
Yeah, I'd much rather be sweating in the press box.
No question.
And having to get extra waters.
A 1-2. Young sends this one up into the air. Case has to give chase, tracks it the whole way, and makes the catch for out number 1.
That looked a lot better off the bat than I thought it was.
It really did. I think the sound got us a little bit, but it kind of just blooped up in case. He's been rock solid in left field in his 2 games so far out there.
And it was not an easy one when Webb came up to the plate to lead it off back in that 1st inning. I mean, that was sharply hit out there to left field, and he made a nice play on it, read it perfectly. Obviously, he's got a good amount of speed out there.
Nick Dahl. And we got another change. We'll tell you who this is after this one. As the first pitch fastball catches the inside corner.
That's Elliott Barnes.
That makes sense. Elliott Barnes is in. And it's quickly 0-2 again for Yano all of a sudden. And since that mound visit for Coach Drombarger, he has dialed it back in and is back ahead in counts. Came after a walk. He's gone strikeout, fly out. And now 0-2 to Barnes. And it's strikeout. A Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout for Juju Yano, who is back in his bag out there on the mound.
Yeah, ever since that 1st inning where he had a few base runners get around, and then those couple of walks, like you said, in that 3rd inning, he's been really good. Now up to 6 Thompson Machinery and Counter Rental Store strikeouts.
Now Ben Driver climbs in. He grounded out in his first plate appearance. And the first pitch is dotted right across with the fastball 0-1.
What are these gloves that you have on?
They're work gloves, but they are totally insulated.
Interesting.
So they're incredible. I got these for Christmas. As that one, close but no cigar, 1-1. So they look different, but they're like, you can use them to work on a car or whatever. They're super strong, but they're totally insulated.
Love it.
1-1. I hate this night, but I wore these in Columbus, and my hands didn't get cold at all. So that was the ultimate test.
It was pretty cold
It
there.
was much colder there than it was here. It was a cold feeling as well. Here comes the 1-2 to Driver. Ooh, a little bit low. Good take by Driver, 2-2. Yano trying to work a quick frame here.
You've seen some tough ones this year. I mean, at least they were there, I guess.
We can talk about it after this pitch. Here comes the 2-2. Yano kicks and deals. The slider misses up, and he's at 70 pitches now as that one dives away. So if you want him on Saturday.
And this is a big one with 3-2 as well.
A big 3-2 payoff pitch coming to Ben Driver. Yano delivers. Fastball cold. Strike three. Back-to-back backwards Ks for the senior right-hander from Baxter. He'll stride into the dugout with a 6-2 lead as we head to the fifth. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. Gut check time for Elliott Barnes. Back on the mound here for DeKalb, trying to keep it right where it is against a tough three. Huddleston, Green, and Worsing due up for the Bees. Barnes came on and worked a clean 1-2-3 inning, 3 flyouts in the fourth. He's back out there here in the fifth, but the equation does change against these 3 bats, Jacob.
Yeah, and it's cold.
Yep. Can we mention that?
It's very cold. But no, it's 9-1-2, and you started with Evan Huddleston, who he could be your leadoff batter.
Yep.
So it's essentially you're facing 2 leadoff batters, and then it gets really, really tough even after that. So this is big time for Barnes, who had a really good first start or relief inning there on that first inning of his work. So we'll see if he's able to keep it going here in inning number 2.
We've done enough baseball games to know this is the inning where it goes one way or the other. This is going to be a fairly fun game into the 7th.
Yep.
And Upperman's trying to completely end this game right here, right now, with a big number in this inning. It could go either direction, and it's up to the young man on the field to decide.
And a big reason we say that is because the pitching has been so good on the other side. You don't normally expect it to happen from the other team, but that's not to say that DeKalb County couldn't strike. They've already scored a couple of runs.
Yeah, it was 2 in the first, and now 3 straight zeros put up by Yano on the mound, and he's cruising. As the first pitch to Huddleston popped up into the air. I got it. No, it's going to stay in the field of play. Webb has it, and he makes the catch. Ty Webb with another pop-up, and how about Elliott Barnes pitching the contact, and it's all staying in the infield.
I was going to say, it's all pop-ups right behind home plate, and they haven't been easy catches. All of them have been tough catches. One at the net by Webb. That one was probably the easiest one. We saw Young make a catch from his third base spot as well.
And now Braden Green is reaching all 3 plate appearances, has a single, a walk, and reached on an error in center. That was given an RBI, by the way, and he has a run scored.
Should be.
It should have been, no doubt. It was going to score a run as Barnes' first pitch misses out to him, and this is the type of matchup Green likes with the breaking action coming into him. Matt's getting cold, I can tell. He's going to start shaking a little bit. No, you're fine, brother. We all are going to be. As Green sends this one, guess what? It's a pop-up in the infield. Kirby trying to track it this time, and he snow cones it to make the catch. How about Elliott Barnes so far? He's faced 5 batters, and they've all flown out.
It's really impressive. I mean, I don't know if I've seen anything like this so far, or they're not quite timing it up, just they're about an inch or two off, and everything has just been straight up in the air.
And Chris Worsing will climb in. Braden Green gives him a couple of words about what he saw from Barnes. Worsing was 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts, and then he barreled an RBI double. It looked like he had a chance to get out of here off the bat.
Yeah, it was about a 1.5 bouncer into the fence.
On a warmer day, it may have, and this time it's ripped into right field, angling back, tracking it, and making the catch. Well struck again, but no problem in right, and that is a huge 1-2-3 inning for the DeKalb defense. We head to the bottom half in a 6-2 ball game. Coverage is presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Here we go.
Welcome back. I'm Noah. That's Jacob. It's cold. Bottom of the 5th inning, a 6-2 ball game.
Tell you what,
with the lead, but the pitchers are doing the job right now, cruising along.
Yeah, shout out. Listen, I always want to see people get hits. Tonight's not the night. I'll be honest with you. Pitchers, we love you. Elliott Barnes, you're amazing.
Just cruise on
Juju
through.
Yano, keep it going, brother. This is not as bad as what Rusty and I had last year at Stone Memorial.
Yep.
I will say that. PD can attest to that in the comments as well. That was the coldest baseball game I've ever done. That was brutal.
Dacus, Webb, and Kirby. If you're going to get a rally in your DeKalb County, right now is the time. Yano has gone 4 up, 4 down after a mound visit from Coach Stronebarger and 3 punch-outs in that span. Dacus was a strikeout victim back in the 2nd inning in his first plate appearance. And DeKalb County defensively has done the job. It's been 6 up, 6 down the last couple of innings. Dacus shows bunt as Yano overthrew that one a little bit. 1-0.
And we saw the couple of walks by Yano a couple of innings ago in the 3rd, and then the visit by Coach Stronebarger to kind of calm him down. He came back with that breaking ball to get it across for a strike and kind of settled in since.
Shows bunt again as that one misses outside. A good take by Andrew Dacus, and it's quickly 2-0. The blankets are out in Smithville, both sides. Dacus shows bunt that time.
He offered at it.
He certainly did. It's going to be 2-1. Appreciate, again, our friends at Gentry's Power Equipment, presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics all season long, and they're back with us. Upperman football next year, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment. So appreciate them. Their now long-running sponsorship with us that'll be football season number 3. And this year, they've been with us every sport, and we hope to continue that forever. Buffalo Valley Road, your local steel and Exmark dealer, local folks, state-of-the-art equipment, high-class service. They're going to treat you like family in there. They're not going to hassle you. Go in there. They can answer your questions. They know everything about it. All your outdoor power equipment needs. There's a slider that dips away, and we run full. Big moment here as DeKalb's looking for a little magic down 4. 9-hole hitter up, and the dangerous Ty Webb and company looming on deck.
I was going to say, Dacus has done a really good job to work this deep.
3-2, cold strike 3. Put the fastball right at the knees, did Julian Yano. And how about 3 straight backwards Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeouts?
I was just going to say, he's gotten deep into a couple of these counts, and then he just comes back with a fastball and able to work it across for another strikeout. What, 8 of them now on the day. But now you're back to the top of the lineup, and you've got to make some really good pitches here. Again, it's just the 4-run lead. You don't want to allow any more activity on the base paths.
Ty Webb 0 for 1 with a line out and a walk so far. As Yano's first pitch slider kind of turned that shoulder, and it still nearly dove into the zone.
It's not going to feel too good today.
No, don't. You do not want to get hit.
You really don't want to hit it in on the handle.
A 1-0 fastball. This one set way up into the air. Alec Wilson trying to track it. Near foul territory, into foul territory, and he backpedals and falls and makes the catch. Wasn't the prettiest play we've ever seen, but Alec Wilson makes the grab for out number 2.
It doesn't matter as long as it gets done, right?
His younger sister does what younger sisters do and says, way to be graceful. As Dallas Kirby will climb in. He's 1 for 2 today with a pop out and a single and a run scored.
An out is an out.
It is an out. And as we said, for both teams, the commentators are cheering for outs right now. First pitch into Kirby. That slider dips away. It's 1-0.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the technically heated press box, I guess you could say, at Baxter tomorrow.
As this one's going to be chopped over. Chris Worsing with his first work in a long time. Throws to first in time for a 1-2-3, bottom half of the 5th. We head to the 6th. It's still 6-2. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Are you looking for the best dining experience in the Upper Cumberland? Visit Fire and Vine in Cookeville's historic West Side. Fire and Vine offers great service and a unique menu, including mouth-watering deep dish pizza, delectable beef, chicken, fish, and more. Take in stunning views from the rooftop while enjoying your meal. Come and experience the charm and flavor of Fire and Vine, your new favorite spot for a memorable dining experience. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Elliott Barnes back to work. He has gone 6 up, 6 down, and it has all been flyouts or pop-outs in the field. He'll face Shoup, Wilson, and Allison in this half.
It's been 4 of them straight up in the air, 2 of them out to right field, and that's the only way of outs so far for Elliott Barnes, and we absolutely love it. But for the Bees, they're up 4 runs right now, and it's a tough spot in the lineup here for Barnes. It's the meat of the lineup, 3-4 and 5-2 up, so we'll see what Barnes is able to do against him.
The Bees trying to run their winning streak to 7 games, and if you'll recall, they have not lost since a Saturday 2.5 weeks ago. It was also the day of the Class 3A state championship. Have not lost since their roster has been intact, and that is despite now missing Justin Fallon, for the past couple of games as well.
That second game was interesting.
If Upperman does what they hope to do this year, it's going to be interesting to go back and watch that game because you would not expect that to be possible. And now Dallas Kirby has been taken out of the game. And we saw him take a ball in the hand back, I believe, in the first inning. He grounded out.
A little bit slower there to first
he
as
did
well.
not. He was not. We didn't see him booking it, but he may have tweaked something on his way out. So Dallas Kirby has checked out of the game, and we'll obviously hope he is okay. That's a big, big athlete for DeKalb County. Their shortstop, he can pitch. He's number 2 in their order with a ton of power. So now both teams missing a big bat in their order. Here's Carson Shoup. He singled back in the first and scored a run. As the first pitch misses away from Barnes, 1-0. I believe Jonathan's comment, is about Bronston Chaffin, who says, go Bees. 1-0. This one flicked out, and it will get through right back to that shortstop spot. Diving attempt, and it's the first hit allowed by Barnes, a leadoff single for Carson Shoup, his second hit of the day.
Yeah, and obviously we've seen a lot of contact, but that time it finally gets leveled out. And it looks like Webb has actually gone over Tucker Webb to shortstop, and then they make a change at second base as well, and they bring on Cooper Odom. So a lot of changes in the lineup for DeKalb County today.
So now the first base runner in a while for Upperman, and Alec Wilson will climb in looking to do something with him. He has reached twice with a walk, a double, and has an RBI on a sac fly. As that first pitch is across for strike one. I think we're out of, there we go. It's tougher to do
I'm
that.
pretty sure there's some
It's tougher
lead
to
in
do that
there.
when I don't have access to my fingers. Let's get the lead out of the mechanical pencil. Back-to-back nice pitches from Barnes as he's ahead in the count now at 0-2. Barnes has been all over the zone. He's done a really nice job. Now he's got a runner at first. Shoop takes his lead, a little glance over. And went with a breaking ball, now a throw behind Shoop, who dives back in time. Although if the umpire's cold enough, he could have rung him out. You start to see some weird calls happening in a 4-run game when it's this cold. There's a 1-2 coming to Wilson.
That one may get a little bit of a...
Yeah, that would be not ideal. And that one hits him right in the back, and this is the worst day of the year to get hit in the back with the breaking ball. And right in between the 2 and the 3, Wilson will head down to first after the hit by pitch. Runners at first and second here.
Yeah, that's one where you turn and there's nowhere to go because it's coming in right to the middle of your back. And
it may have actually glanced off his arm as well as he kind of turned there.
Kind of reaching at that left arm
Yeah,
a
he
little bit.
turned, and when he turned, it could have caught him there. So runners at first and second, and he's trying to – that just lingers. It wasn't a hard pitch, thankfully, but it stings today as rookie Allison climbs in, and now first trouble for Elliott Barnes to work through. He has to go out of the stretch with the runners on, and it doesn't get much easier with Allison at the plate the way he's swinging the bat. First pitch, a fastball, and a great bounce-back pitch in there for strike one.
And for Barnes, you'd love to just get a ground ball right back up the middle. Trying to get out of this one cleanly. Rookie Allison's hit a couple of hard ones today, though.
Nobody out. 0-1 count to Allison. 2 runners on for the Bees. And now a look back for Barnes. 6-2. Upperman trying to add some insurance and ice the game away nearly with Yano on the mound on the other side. And certainly appears to be his ball game. Long look back. 3 glances for Barnes towards Shoop. And that pitch dips away 1-1. Got a score update in 7 AAA play. Cumberland County knocks off White County tonight 5-3. So Coach Thompson goes back to his own stomping grounds and gets a win there. And we'll see what happens in the rest of the district. As the 1-1, this one's chopped over. It's going to be a fair ball. Coming up to it is Young. Throw to first. Bang, bang play in time for out number 1 as the runners advance over.
Nice play by Young, charging on to that one. It does advance the runners up, though, so really kind of works as the bunt and moves them up to second and third. And still just the one out in the inning for that first out of the inning. Big one, still Memorial Livingston Academy. We mentioned how all of those other 4 teams have splits, and we just said how Cumberland County has knocked off White County. Well, close one right now between Stone and Livingston Academy. 1-0 in the top of the 6th. Stone at the plate with the 1-run lead.
Juju Yano can break this game open for himself with something into the outfield. Runners at second and third with 1 out. First pitch misses away. Infield in at the corners here for DeKalb. And Webb behind the dish knows how important of a moment this is. He's going to go out and have a word with his freshman pitcher, who's batted away at 26 pitches. So it's his as long as he stays out of major trouble.
Yeah, Alec Wilson there at second base. Kind of reading them, so they're going to make sure they change up the signs and not give them away too easily. It's something we've seen the Bees do all season long.
You better be a little more discreet than just pointing down. And now Barnes steps off. As Yano looking to barrel something up here. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts and a walk so far. He's trying to reignite that bat. And he went chasing that one with a huge hack, 1-1.
Trying to think how we would call it. Usually you'd go hands between the legs, and either the fists was the fastball or the open hands was the breaking ball. And then you can kind of direct them a little bit, whether it's inside or outside.
You can get real creative with the signs. The 1-1. Yano swings and fouls this one back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Barnes would love a out here at 4. It's certainly not insurmountable, but once he gets to 6. With that young man who's in the box on the mound on the other side, that's probably all she wrote this evening.
Yeah,
it may be anyway.
You'd love to get a big strikeout here for Barnes.
What we hope is the coldest night of the year for high school baseball. It's 1-2 for Juju Yano.
It's going to get down into the 20s tonight, so it would be tough to find it colder.
We say that next week it's going to be 15 degrees. The 1-2, breaking Paul Webb blocks it up again. He saved a couple of runs tonight at least with that.
Yeah. They've had runners on third base, it seems like all night long, that being the Bees. Obviously, they've left a lot of base runners aboard. And Webb has been able to keep it in front each and every time.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Juju Yano. Elliot Barnes on the mound. Freshman versus a senior. Slider, and Yano battles to stay alive. We'll do it again.
The glove's not working over
there. They are. I'm just stiff. They kind of hold you in place. Got to get that circulation running again. Another 2-2. That one dips away, and we run full. This count deserves a full count. 3-2. This battle here. Carson Holroyd on deck. And then Rylan Case behind him as we head to the lower half of the order for the Bees. Game 1. A 2-game set. Tomorrow's game number 2, and we're going to have another pitch in this AB.
They've been battling all night long, really, both sides. Able to get to quite a few full counts, especially here for the Bees tonight.
Barnes up to 31 pitches now. Here in relief. Worked clean through his first 2, now trouble. It's a full count, and Webb going to go out again.
And again, they had to change up those signs and make sure they know what they want to go with. And obviously, you want to make sure you get a good pitch here. 3-2. You don't want to give up the walk. Try to get that second out of the inning. With Carson Holroyd due up.
Another 3-2 pitch coming to Yano. 2 on, 1 out. We're in the top of the 6th inning here in Smithville. The 3-2. Cold strike 3. Got it on the outside corner with the fastball, and that is a big punch out. First of the day for the freshman reliever. And here comes Carson Holroyd trying to have something come across here for the Bees.
That's huge for Barnes. Went to that outside part of the plate and just couldn't pull the trigger. Thought it was a little bit off the plate, did Yano. And a great job by Barnes. And again, on 3-2, you don't want to put it too far over the plate, so he goes to the outside corner and gets the call.
Third baseman kind of hugging that bag. You wouldn't be surprised if you saw a little 2-out bunt attempt here for Holroyd. We'll see. He's going to swing away and fouls the first one back onto the practice field. Holroyd, he ripped one that ended up being scored an error, but hit the cover off of it in the left field. Outside of that, he's flown out and struck out. 0-1, that one misses up and in.
And the wind has fortunately died down a little bit.
Thank you, Lord.
As you found out in Indiana, it never does. Because there's nothing to block it.
Yes.
It's all corn.
It's crazy. Here comes the 1-1. Now it's 2-1 to Holroyd as it misses low and outside. Yeah, in Indiana a couple weeks ago.
Which you were in the southern part, so it's actually a little bit hillier down there.
That night, that day. I even asked. They said it's not usually this way. It was crazy.
Yeah, you go up near Indy and north, it's just flat.
2-0. That one bounces in 3-1 rather. As Matt says, yeah, playing golf in Florida right now would be better. Now the throw back to the pitcher gets away, and wasting no time is Carson Shoup as he will head home and score.
Yeah, it's just heads-up base running there. The throw a little bit low to Barnes at the mound, and it just kind of trickled away, and Shoup was paying attention the whole time. And he takes advantage of it, and nobody able to make a play on it. So kind of get that insurance run across, and still a hitter's count here to Carson Holroyd at the plate.
That's the sign of an experienced baseball team that have been in some big moments because everyone's just kind of
paying attention the whole time.
It's just kind of a little throwback, and all of a sudden now it's a big insurance run to make it 7-2. A 3-1 pitch to Holroyd. That one misses. Ball 4. Nick's Restaurant walk for Holroyd. He'll head down to first, and here comes the freshman Rylan Case. He's reached twice, once on an error, once on a bunt single, and he's flown out so far in this one.
Yeah, and the flyout he hit out to right was a hard-hit baseball, so we'll see if he's able to get another one out there, and that's where a lot of his has gone, out to right field.
Coach Webb going to check on his bullpen, which is up and working here in a 7-2 ball game. They haven't updated the scoreboard yet. They will after a shoot came across to score. Runners at first and second. Case going to swing away as the first pitch fastball is across for strike 1.
And you're probably going to see some crisp throws back to the mound now.
And that does not happen a lot, but Shoop was on top of it, and he took off to score.
Took advantage.
Wasn't a big opening, but it was enough. Case in an 0-1 count. Barnes misses low. Freshman versus freshman here. Don't get to see that a ton at the varsity level. Good for these two. It's 1-1.
Especially here in 7 AAA.
And these are two. I mentioned DeKalb's going to be bouncing out of the district in every sport besides the region in football, but I'm going to make some big plays, I think, in multiple sports, these two. As that one's fouled back, and it's going to be 1-2 here from Barnes to Case. Again, they haven't updated the scoreboard yet in the building, but it is 7-2 for the Bees.
We got it right.
The longer that goes, though, the more controversy there'll be if they add one. Once they add one to it, people start hollering. Case awaits. Barnes with Wilson trying to see the sign out there at second. And Barnes going to step off and looking back.
Can't pay attention too hard.
Noted base stealing threat Alec Wilson out there at second.
Yeah, especially if third.
Maybe the one thing that he doesn't do all the time. He hits, he pitches lights out. Stealing bases is not exactly the MO. As that's a good pitch to Case, but misses a little bit outside. 2-2. And that's an honorable man behind home plate because I promise you I'm ringing him up if that's me. That is called strike 3. We'll see it in the bottom half. The 2-2 coming to Case. Barnes delivers the breaking ball, misses in, and we run full again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Upperman doing what they didn't do the first 2 meetings, and that is, or first 2 innings rather, and that is push these counts deeper, put a little bit of pressure on the young man on the mound. Here comes another 3-2 payoff pitch, this time to Rylan Case. Runners are moving. Case rips this one, and it is going to get smacked down, but a run is going to come across and score for the Bees. Rylan Case does it again. Give the freshman an RBI on the single. It was an effort from Young over at short. They couldn't quite get there in time. It tipped off the glove. Don't look at me like that, Matt. And it's an RBI single for Rylan Case.
Yeah, Webb moving over from the shortstop spot. Tucker Webb, that is. And it was going to be tough to get there. It was hit hard by Case right back up the middle. He's got a glove and then step on the bag all in one motion. Unable to do so. Pops out. Case able to reach base safely and drive in the run.
Oh, yeah, I'm good with that.
No, I like the hit.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just got the instant replay. Kind of tipped off the glove as opposed to in and out. So now Huddleston will climb in, and Upperman has opened up an 8-2 lead still with runners at the corners. This is why Petey's important, as Matt says. Here comes first pitch in. Caught a ball outside, and now all of a sudden the equation flips slightly for DeKalb County. You got to be careful because Upperman's 4 runs away from changing the complexion from 2 innings to go to a half inning to go, especially with Huddleston at the plate and Braden Green and Chris Worsing behind him.
Mm-hmm.
How long is the leash for Barnes?
And we saw Coach Webb go out to the bullpen, check on him out there.
And now a throw over, and there's your nice dig by Pritchard.
That was a really good job because Carson Holroyd, he was reading it. He was running hard off a third just in case.
How about Rylan Case, the freshman? Reached on an error. He had a bunt single, now an RBI single. He scored 2 runs already. He's standing at first.
He's played well in the outfield, too. I mean, he's filled in really, really well.
A 1-0 to Huddleston. He'll roll this one over. Webb gives chase, gets there, no throw, an RBI single in the infield for Evan Huddleston.
That's a really good job. Hit it deep into that 6-hole. Tucker Webb, he got in front of it, but it was kind of a slow roller, so there's really nothing he can do there. It brings another run across. They're now just 3 away from making it a 10-run lead. Looks like Coach Webb is going to the bullpen again.
It's going to be a call to the bullpen here, and that's a big reason for it is the team leader in home runs strides to the plate in the form of Braden Green. The lineup flips over for the Bees. They put 3 on the board to lead 9-2. New pitcher for the Tigers when we return. Don't go anywhere.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home located just south of Cookeville. Boasting 2,700 square feet and a 2-car garage, this home features a very open floor plan with hardwood floors. You'll find great custom touches throughout, including a welcoming covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191 for more information.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you.
It's time for a call to the bullpen for the DeKalb County Tigers. We thought he may be a little dinged up. He's not. He was warming up. Dallas Kirby, the big right-hander on the mound here in a game in which is starting to spiral a little bit away from the home team. Now 3 more runs for the Bees. They've scored 8 unanswered to lead 9-2. We're in the top of the 6th with 2 outs. There's runners at the corners for the Bees. And here comes Braden Green, the team leader in home runs, has a couple this season, has a bunch more extra base hits. He parks one, and we'd be in run rule territory for the Bees, so a big moment for Kirby as he tries to get out of this inning.
And obviously just top half of the inning, so no matter what, DeKalb County's coming to the plate in the bottom of the 6th, but Bees, they're looking for a little more insurance. Already a few across here in this 6th inning.
Oh, the Braves just traded for a reliever. It's about time.
Reds.
Green today, he has a single, a walk. He's reached on an error with an RBI, and he's flown out. He climbs in here against Dallas Kirby. We'll see what Kirby can do here, trying to keep it where it is. It's not runners at the corners. My apologies. It's runners at first and second. And the first pitch misses in. A little self-preservation on a cold night for Green.
Yeah, tonight,
don't
take it. Don't take it.
How about an RBI single for Ryland Case, an RBI single for Evan Huddleston. They now are at first and second.
Action in the Upperman bullpen as well. Carson Holroyd out there warming up.
As that one misses away, and it's quickly 2-0 here to Green, and it does not get any easier. Chris Worsing on deck next for the Bees. So nowhere, you can put him somewhere and make the bases loaded, but you don't love that if you're DeKalb County. As that one misses low, it's 3-0, and not a bad outing for Elliott Barnes. Just kind of got deep into it, and in this inning, the pressure started getting applied by this lineup.
Well, and that next time through, and I don't think Kirby was on the mound there, so kind of dropped the ball.
Yeah, he was not yet. He was taking his lap. 3 balls, no count, or 3 balls, no strikes in the count to Green. And that's the it's cold call. It's a strike, 3-1. Good call.
Love it.
Dotting up that outside corner is Kirby. That's where you got to go against Green. Here comes the 3-1, and he went chasing that one way up into the air. Could be a tough play. Long way to go from short. Webb is tracking it, and it's down. Another error, and a run will come across to score for the Bees as Rylan Case scores from second, and the Bees are into double figures now, 10-2.
Yeah, and again, a good job running on 2 outs by Case. Everybody else has to stay because you don't want to run into an out, and it was a tough play. Webb going all the way from the shortstop position all the way down that left field line. It would have been a fair ball anyways, and he kind of slid past it and just wasn't able to haul it in.
Well, that one was in the glove and came out, so there won't be any controversy about it, I would think. Green reaches on another error. Chris Worsing climbs in, and he's first pitch swinging. He flicks this one into right field, tracking under it, and making the catch in right. Will retire the side, but not before the Bees put 4 on here in the top half to take a 10-2 lead. Juju Yano back to work, we imagine. When we come back, it will be his ball. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future. It's what we do. Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Three, 4, 5 due up for DeKalb County, looking for a rally. Upperman has rattled off 9 unanswered runs, and really similar kind of to the White House game, Jacob, really methodically. It's been in every inning, putting pressure on for the most part, then scraping runs across, 2 here, 3 there, 4 there, and they've started to balloon up a lead, trying to get to 7 consecutive victories.
Yeah, and the errors starting to rack up there a little bit as well for DeKalb County out in the field. We've seen some in the outfield, saw a couple in the infield, and that's not to say they haven't made some plays. They've actually made some really nice defensive plays. The Bees just been putting the bat on the ball today, and Juju Yano another long break, and we'll see if he was able to stay warm in between because obviously there is no sun. It is quite cold.
Tucker Webb will climb in here. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. He did score one of the 2 runs back in the first inning. They were able to get to Yano there a little bit in the third, but other than that, it has been cruising for the senior right-hander. Here's your score update. Ready for this one as that one swung on and missed. Last Friday, we mentioned Watertown comes to Baxter coming up on Thursday. Their last time out was against Cannon County. They won 27-7.
Huh?
They won 27-7.
Cannon County's okay.
Yeah. I think Cannon was out of pitchers in that game, if my memory serves me correctly, but still, as that one's waved out and missed, 1-2, and Yano is getting better with time in this one. Tucker Webb going to have to battle in as he'll call time and step out and reset a little bit.
Trying to throw Yano off of that timing, that rhythm that he's in just a little bit.
That one was close, but no cigar. 2-2. 8 punch-outs so far for Yano on the mound. He's at 85 pitches. Here comes the 2-2 slider. That one misses away. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's his day. You're in no man's land now, yep. So you're going.
Well, they haven't had to use a reliever in over a week. Here comes the 3-2. That one sent backing out of play by Tucker Webb, and we'll do it again. That's good distance out of your starters. Not have to use a reliever. 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. It's the 9th. Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout for Juju Yano. And how about this one? Since the meeting from Coach Dronebarger, it is 8 up, 8 down for Yano on the mound.
How
Came
many
after the
strikeouts
walk
in there?
to this young man, Evan Pritchard, and since then he is mowing through them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikeouts since that mound visit.
It's pretty good.
And he is ahead in the count here, 0-1. I told you this. He'll never take any credit, but he knows what to say when he goes out there with these young men on the mound. The 0-1, this one almost hit the very nice lights here in DeKalb. They've replaced those in recent years, and as the photographer in me, and on behalf of Goose, we say thank you very much for those.
It looks great out there.
And it looks good on the camera, too, right here. An 0-2 from Yano. He kicks and deals. This one sent up in the air. Could be a very tough play. Long way to go for Evan Huddleston, but he is there. And I'll say this for the first time to him. Unlimited range. Evan Huddleston in center field makes the catch.
Going to say unlimited range ×2. Second center fielder out there. And again, you said it. It wasn't an easy play. That was just into the outfield grass, maybe 10, 15 feet in there. And so he had to run in hard and able to get there in time. Hung up just enough and gave him just enough time to get in. 9
straight Tigers retired. Here comes Luke Johnson again as this one is rolled over. Chris Worsing has to make the backhand catch. Long throw, and he makes it in time. Worsing uncorks one to retire this side. 10 up, 10 down for Yano and company. We will head to the final frame in a 10-2 ball game. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Three, 4, 5, due up for the Bees, looking for more. Dallas Kirby back to work. Upperman starting to cruise with Juju Yano on the mound on the other side. A familiar refrain, trying to give him a complete game victory. For the Bees, they lead 10-2, looking for win number 7 in a row.
Huge Dallas Kirby fan right now.
Yeah, he's got to mow through him. Come on,
huge
young man.
Fan.
Let's go.
We're a huge fan of all of them, but especially Dallas.
Dallas Kirby, right, you can have a big inning right here. Just 3-pitch inning right here, gentlemen. Here we go.
We're swinging. I'll tell you that much.
Shoop's having a nice day. He's 2 for 4 today. He's reached 3 times, once on an error. Has a couple of singles, 2 runs scored, and 1 strikeout mixed in. This is the 4th pitcher of the game for DeKalb County. As the first pitch for Kirby misses low and outside, ball 1.
And we talked about it. Coach Webb, he likes to go deep into the bullpen. You'll see it again tomorrow. Might see Pritchard and Johnson possibly at time. Well, not Pritchard, but you might see Johnson tomorrow.
Second pitch misses up and in, 2-0, and we will be back with you tomorrow at a 5:30 start time in Baxter. Game 2 between these two district opponents as that one bounces in and Shoop's ahead 3-0. It's Shoop, Wilson, and Allison due up in this half inning. No run rule anymore, so you're going to get a chance no matter what in the bottom of the 7th in your cab. The question is just the margin. They want it to be at 10-2, but feels probably insurmountable with Yano throwing the way he is on the other side, but crazier things have happened. 3-0 to Shoop. That one misses low, ball 4. Nick's Restaurant walk to lead off the 7th inning for Carson Shoop. It'll bring up Alec Wilson, who has done a little bit of everything. He has doubled, he has an RBI sac fly, he has walked, he's been hit by a pitch, and he has scored a run.
That's quite a bit.
Every AB has been productive so far for Wilson. And he's looking to continue that here as Kirby's trying to find the zone. First pitch.
As the known Alec Wilson hater. A ground ball up
you
the
wanted
middle
You wanted
here.
a 6-4-3.
Ground ball up the middle here would be quite all right.
That's an inside joke. Alec Wilson's dad is sitting next to us right now. Please save your emails once again. Here comes the 0-1, and that gets away, and no chance for Webb that time. And advancing over is Shoup, who's been really active on the base paths today. He heads into scoring position.
Well, and apparently the announcer's jinx is in full force.
You're not going to get the most professional broadcast on a 43-degree night in Smithville, just so you know.
We are in the bleachers, if that wasn't
If you want a
obvious.
professional broadcast, go listen to the one we did a couple of weeks ago from the 72-degree Murphy Center. As that one's inside for strike. I got it.
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Yeah,
That's right.
Fingers are cold.
I got it. The senior, he has that 2-strike approach, chokes up just a little bit potentially here, and Kirby going to step off. And we're obviously having a good time. Alec Wilson, his stat line, and we'll talk more about it when he's on the mound this year, he's going to start to get noticed for what he's done so far. The bats come to life certainly here the past couple of weeks, but his work on the mound has been as good as anybody in the class.
And I think Petey actually keeps the stat in strikeouts per inning, and I'd have to go make sure, but I know he's above 1.5 per inning. I mean, it's a really high number right now.
He's been really good, and he's going to give some options as Kirby delivers that one and misses away. And because of how Chris Worsing has pitched, you may not see Alec Wilson tomorrow. You could see Chris Worsing, and Alec Wilson gets the ball against undefeated Watertown, who's 15-0, and he will give them a chance against undefeated Watertown if he does get the ball. Worsing would as well, but Wilson, they'd feel pretty comfortable. Here comes the 2-2. That one again blocked up by Webb. Anytime he has a chance at it, he stops it.
It was just that one in this inning that got to the
I
backstop.
don't think he had a chance at it. It was a fastball ripping away, and here's a 3-2 coming here to Wilson from Kirby. A payoff pitch, and he will rip this one angling into center, but it's an atom ball caught in center by Driver for out number 1.
The ball was 115 off the bat. My goodness.
The ball was hammered, but right at Driver in center. And here comes rookie Allison. He has singled, walked, struck out, and grounded out so far. Runner at second, 1 out here. The Bees lead by 8. Kirby trying to work out of a little early trouble. First pitch in. Goes a little bit above the belt and misses 1-0.
Where's Goose at tonight? Can you let us know?
I have no clue. I know he's somewhere. He never sleeps.
Maybe he might be at that Livingston Academy Stone game.
As that one misses 2-0.
Stone was up 1-0.
He's got a coverage up from yesterday. Gordonsville getting to 16-1 with a sweep over Clark Range.
3 home runs, 3 for 3.
Yeah, that play.
Pretty good.
Comes the 2-0. That one misses low and outside. It's 3-0 to Allison. Apparently the hardest hit foul ball he's ever seen. Stone Memorial leads at Livingston 1-0 in the middle of the 7th. Big bottom half coming up for Livingston there. Everybody splitting with everybody. The 3-0. That one's across for a strike. Only team that hasn't split with somebody is Upperman. They are undefeated at 4-0.
2 wins against Stone, 2 wins against White County. Trying to get another win today against DeKalb, and then they'll get Livingston next week.
3-0.
Not
Allison
next week.
thought it was ball 4. He tossed the bat, and instead it's strike at 3-2. Cumberland County next week, and then Livingston following. Upperman, obviously a heavy favorite in District 7 AAA. As we've seen, 3-2. That one missed outside. Allison took an extra beat, but he will head down in the next restaurant walk. Second of the inning for the Bees. They have runners at first and second with 1 out. Juju Yano will climb in. And more action in the DeKalb bullpen, and Coach Webb going to make his way out. We'll see if it's time for a change again for the Tigers. And we'll check the pitch count, and this is why. He's at 22. So you come and get Kirby, you could pitch him again tomorrow if you needed to. So it's a natural spot for a change, and I imagine that's what we will see. We'll wait on confirmation from the point first, and then we will find out. No. A long discussion. We'll see if Coach Webb decides to take. It's off the rails, brother. You don't have to worry about that.
I was going to actually bring up a good point, but, it's...
Well, I'm just going to say this. If we're going to make a change, I'm going to need to make it now because this is an 8-run ball game in the 7th, and let's get going. And they are not. So Kirby's going to stay on the mound here for DeKalb County. And if he throws 2 pitches and comes out, you're going to see me go apoplectic on this headset. Yano's about to climb in here. He's still looking for his first hit. He's reached once on a walk, flown out a couple times, and struck out in this game. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Kirby gets the nod of encouragement from his coach. The first pitch misses up for a ball 1-0. That's now 23 pitches for Dallas Kirby in relief. So he can go one more, and then he would have to miss tomorrow if they wanted to use him then.
Coach Webb's out there. He's coming out after this pitch. I'm 98% sure.
Kirby, the 1-0. Swung on and missed. 1-2.
Kirby's even walking off.
That's 24.
Yeah, one more.
The next one would be the magic number at 25. If he's at 24 right now. So if he throws right at 25, he can play tomorrow, I believe. But I'm no rules expert. 1-1 to Yano. That one misses. We're going to go to break.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Athletics on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer with a huge selection of outdoor power equipment including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR.
Proudly introducing Upper Cumberland Generators for all your home power solutions. Locally owned and operated, Upper Cumberland Generators are here to make sure you have peace of mind no matter the situation. With new and reliable generators. Call 931-265-1702 for more information or to order yours today. Upper Cumberland Generators is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Turfmasters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turfmasters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Call to the bullpen for the DeKalb County Tigers. Another freshman, William Moore, the right-hander on the mound. For the Bees, it's 2 on, 1 out. Juju Yano at the plate in a 2-1 count. Dallas Kirby threw 25 pitches he can throw tomorrow. How long have we been here, Jacob, on the air?
2 hours and 27 minutes, so we've been here for 3 hours and 27 minutes.
10-2 ball game.
It's really cold. My toes have gone to the wayside.
Game is over as Yano is going to come and pitch, and we're going to head home here in a few minutes.
I told you. We can just update the final score.
William Moore.
We're joking, obviously.
William Moore is going to have to buckle down here because he's got
another
Yano,
freshman for DeKalb County.
He's got Holroyd, and then he's got Case and Huddleston, and just the stat sheet has been very busy for the Bees. You would think they have more than 10 runs right now just by looking at it. 5 errors in the field for DeKalb. Upperman trying to close out their 7th straight win and get to 11-7 on the season. First pitch.
Love it.
Is a 40-degree strike right there in the inside corner. And for Moore, he's going to be in the 60s, it appears. Trying to move it around here against Yano. I mentioned he's waiting on his first base hit. And it's 2-2, actually, of course, in the middle of the count. And it'll still be 2-2 as we'll do it again.
He fouled off a few of them in his last time up and then went down looking on a pitch that was on the outside part of the plate. In a long battle. A new pitcher or a new batter in the on-deck circle as well for the Bees.
Moore with a glance back. Now the pitch to Yano, 2-2. That's a good man behind the dish because once again, there's quite a few people who would have rung him up there. It did miss.
I would have.
Me too, but it did miss up and in. And it's 3-2. Here comes the payoff pitch to Yano. That one misses. Another Nick's Restaurant walk. He'll head down, and the bases are loaded for Carson Holroyd, who's trying to inflict some damage with one out. He's reached in an error. He has walked so far, and it's not going to be Holroyd. It's going to be Chase Brown getting to bat, and he was actually swinging a good bat, but hadn't played in a couple of weeks since that disastrous Saturday. Saw them score a ton of runs but give up a ton, and then obviously the roster changed a little bit, and we'll have a pinch runner on as well. It's for the catcher, Yano.
Your answer for the 7th inning.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be a surprise. Trying to give them their 4th straight complete game victory on the mound. Brown in. And actually, maybe more than that. And he was going to flick this one for a base hit. He picks up the bat and immediately makes an impact. 1 run scores with ease. 2 run score for the Bees. A 2 RBI single for Chase Brown pinch hitting.
That's what he was doing when he was swinging the bat in the first part of the season, those first few weeks. He was up there swinging, playing out in right field, and like you said, picks up right where he left off, puts it into the outfield, plates a couple more, and now up by 10 here in the 7th.
Low scores, he was running for Allison. Shoop scores as well. And a 2 RBI single for Chase Brown sets the table for Rylan Case. How about the day he has had? Reached on an error, scored a run. Singled on a bunt, scored a run, and stole a base. Flew out, then had an RBI single and scored a run. Not bad for a young freshman. Runners at the corners here for the Bees. Moore trying to work again. That one misses up and out for a ball. 1-0. 12-2 now. Upperman scored 11 unanswered. It was 2-1 at the end of the first for DeKalb. All Bees since then. Petey, you're not funny. I'll tell you what he said. If this one, as Case flicks it up in the air, this could be a tough play. Long way to go in center field. Driver tracking it, makes the catch, tagging up from third. Here comes the throw. Not in time as he will score. And an RBI sac fly for Rylan Case, his 2nd RBI of the day. It's now 13-2, and here comes Evan Huddleston, who's also having a day. He's got 2 RBIs. He's got a single, a walk, and a run scored. And he still has a runner in scoring position.
Can you pick the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game today?
No. This is why I make you do it, for days like today, where it's not easy. There's several guys who can
get yelled at by somebody.
Oh, no doubt. Probably me. Is first pitch into Huddleston misses outside for a ball, 1-0. Everybody's a comedian tonight. Here comes the 1-0 to Huddleston. A breaking ball, he sends it foul back. 1-1.
If I get hit with a baseball right now.
And the reality for DeKalb County is you need this out because Braden Green's on deck.
I need this out.
We needed it out about 15 minutes ago. Yes. I'm about to have to.
I don't know
we're about to have a
the feet will be able to make
commentatorless game. The 1-1 is sent out of play. It's 1-2.
Just going to mute it and run the
We're
scoreboard.
going to turn the scoreboard off and just leave the camera running and have somebody else pick it up later. 2. Matt's here. We just need Jimmy, as he said. We can go the A team. The 1-2 to Huddleston.
We'd have to change the channel, though, and put it on UCR3.
Yeah, we can't go to the main page. Petey, by the way, commented earlier, what about the JV game? That's when I said, Petey, you're not funny. The 1-2 to Huddleston coming from Moore. He'll kick and deal. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. Great call, Mr. Qualls. That retires the side. We'll head to the bottom half. Upperman leads 13-2. Don't go anywhere.
The Real Estate Collective Auction Group offers expertise in a variety of services, including real estate, personal property, equipment, and nonprofit benefit auctions. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their upcoming auctions at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Auction Group is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Half an inning to go, and it is time for the first time in a long time for a call to the bullpen for the Upperman Bees. Carson Holroyd gets the ball, and in an 11-run game, Carson Holroyd, he's going to pitch in much more important moments, and they need him to continue to stay loose with his arm. He was throwing well. Yeah. The starters have gone so long, now an opportunity to get some work from one of your go-to relievers.
That's the big thing. They haven't been into the bullpen. We saw rookie Allison throw a couple in one of those Saturday games a couple of weeks ago, and so they're trying to go into the bullpen and just trying to get some of these arms some pitches right now. And so Carson Holroyd going to get some live action here in the 7th, up by 11 runs.
A swap here as Braden Green backs into right from second. Juju Yano will go to short. Chris Wersing over to second, and Holroyd moves from right to the mound as the first pitch of the inning is low into Colin Young, who came in and has flown out in his one plate appearance so far after checking in the middle of the ball game. The 1-0 from Holroyd. That one sent up a little blooper, and Yano going to continue to work as he jogs over and makes the catch for out number 1.
You know what? After throwing on the mound for that long and still being that loose, it's impressive. I'm not.
And now a new batter again here for DeKalb County.
Preston Cantrell, another freshman.
Preston Cantrell will come in and pick up the bat. A lot of freshmen in this game as that one across for Holroyd is a strike. And again, he's going to be the lower velocity guy, all about that accuracy, but he's been pitching well, pitched a lot more early. Now the starters have gotten loose, but they expect to need him. And if you think back as the 0-1 is fouled off 0-2 over recent years, who was one of those guys? Juju Yano 2 years ago in the state tournament. All of a sudden he goes from relieving to starting and needing to go long. They need Holroyd to be working up.
Even Caden Shanks back in their state championship run.
As the 0-2 coming home here from Holroyd. Swung on and missed. A Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeout. Holroyd looks good. And the last chance here for DeKalb is Ben Driver will climb in.
That's his MO. He's going to be pounding the zone. He's able to mix in that breaking ball at times as well. And so able to work quickly through these first 2 batters in the lineup.
Driver 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. First appearance here. And first pitch is across. Holroyd's throwing well. How about the outing from Yano? He goes 6 strong innings of work. Holroyd with the 0-1, and he is cruising. Now 0-2.
I've put myself in a bad spot now where I
you
can't
you've
pick pitchers now.
You can't listen to the peanut gallery. That's the problem. If you start listening to the peanut gallery picking player of the game, you're in trouble. Here comes the 0-2.
Can I pick Wes Shanks?
Holroyd, here comes the 0-2 home. Called strike 3, ball game. Back-to-back Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store strikeouts for Carson Holroyd as he retires the side in a clean inning of relief. Final score from Smithville, Upperman 13, DeKalb County 2. The Bees win their 7th consecutive game and run their overall record to 11-7. DeKalb County falls to 2-13, 2-3 in the district. Upperman improves to 5-0 in District 7 AAA play. Your winning pitcher is Juju Yano. It's closed out by Carson Holroyd, and very quickly, Jacob Vinson is going to select the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game.
Let's go Rylan Case. 2 for
Love
4, 3 runs scored, 2 runs driven in. He is your Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game.
A big performance by the freshman as Upperman continues to look really, really good. We'll do it again tomorrow at 5:30 from Baxter. From the press box, we won't complain as much, I promise about that. Not saying we won't complain at all, but we won't complain as much. Final score once again from Smithville, 13-2. Upperman gets it done over DeKalb County. I'm Noah McKay for Jacob Vincent and everybody at UCR. Have a great night, everybody.